Adam, we've got some exciting news about the sponsors.
We have, but I've forgot what it is. Can you remind me?
It's manscaped.com. They've leveled up and they're now our main podcast sponsor.
Our official lead sponsor from now on, manscaped.com. Use our promo code WORD20 to get their products. This is now the Have a Word podcast brought to you by manscaped.com. They've been a long-time supporter of us. Please go and support them and make sure they keep supporting us forever. Promo code WORD20, manscaped.com. Enjoy this week's episode of the Have a Word podcast brought to you by manscaped.com.
It's going to be a belter.
Manscaped.com.
Wag lids, before we start today's amazing episode of the Have a Word podcast, we need to tell you about our Patreon, which is the biggest Patreon in UK comedy.
Yes, it is. Starts from just £3 a month. From just £3 a month, you get an extra episode every single week, exclusive to Patreons, which is up to 90 minutes long. You get 48 hours early access to these public episodes and access to the entire Patreon back catalogue, which goes all the way back to last summer.
And the money we make from the Patreon, we put back into the Patreon. We've been making Patreon specials. These are so popular. They include the Ghost Hunt, the live show. We've got more in the pipeline. But the big ones are the lockdown lock-ins, where we got shit-faced in the studio, recorded it all, and turned out some amazing podcasts.
They're amazing, the lockdown lock-ins, and worth signing up for alone. But on top of everything we've already said, you get discounts on merch and early access to live show tickets, which is a big one because the live Have a Word shows, they sell out almost immediately on Patreon every single time. And on top of that, me and Dan are going on tour, and every time we add a new date, Patreons get access to it first. I'm going on tour from February. Dan's on tour from September next year. You can get tickets for my tour at adamrowe.co.uk/shows and Dan's tour at
DanNightingale.com. Sign up to the Patreon, £3 a month. The best deal in all of UK comedy.
I think it's the best deal in worldwide Patreon. That's how far I'd go. Sign up, enjoy the episode. It's going to be a belter.
Why were you being weird? Hello.
Just test.
Carl did his own mic.
Carl was just starting early. That's just the podcast.
Hello. I am Carl.
Carl's just doing his usual vocal warm-ups. Carl always does vocal warm-ups.
That's your vocal.
Tits.
Oh, wow.
Pussy. I'm ready now.
Yeah. Your vocal warm-ups are offensive. Yeah.
That was offensive.
Well, you did what sounded like a disabled person and then went tits and pussy, so it was a little bit offensive. But
to who?
Not to you, because you've lost normality. Wet ass pussy! Zoe's baby hospice car park.
Pussy.
Wet! Hi, everyone. Welcome to this public episode of the Have a Word podcast. My name's Dan Nightingale. This is my co-host, Adam Rowe. I'm joined with Sensei Carl, our lead producer, Finley Kublubs. He's our assistant producer, and Steve's in the corner, wanking.
Both co-producers, actually.
Okay, Carl. It's going to be a great episode filled with fun and laughter. Adam?
What are you doing? We've never, ever introduced a single episode at any point.
Oh, and we're sponsored by manscaped.com.
Yes, we are.
The best in below pube trimming, essentially. Adam?
How are we? What?
We're doing our bit.
What?
We're doing our bit, yeah.
No, we're not. We're doing the episode. We've started. We're on track.
This is it.
Whoa.
So ready? Start being great now.
I accidentally booked myself into the Savoy Hotel.
It started. That's how we start.
You did?
I was trying to check the...
How accidentally, though? Did you want like a table at Nando's?
You can't book into Nando's.
Oh, touche.
1-0.
That's me down. How does a canvas feel, Dan?
Did you just invent that then?
Yeah, I think so. Someone like, no, it was as she said.
That was great. I went on to... first of all, I looked at the Ritz. That's more expensive than the Savoy. I thought they were like in the same weight class. The Savoy and the Ritz.
Yeah. Now, Savoy's down near the river.
Yeah.
And the Ritz is up near Hyde Park, Green Park, isn't it?
Mayferry. They're both Mayfair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
The Ritz is more expensive.
I didn't know that. I mean, it's not. They're both expensive, but one's even more.
Yeah.
All right. This is London, isn't it?
I'm going to London this weekend.
Good. Yeah.
I didn't know which town he was talking about.
It was London.
So I went on the Savoy website and it said, we offer a stay for longer rate where you get your third night free. And I was like, what? Fucking free night at the Savoy? Sign me up.
Nice.
Right?
That's good value.
It is, yeah.
Except.
So it come up, and it was already ridiculously expensive, but, you know, I'm sort of in the middle of a mental breakdown at the minute, so I was like, I'll spend it anyway, right?
Classic, innit? Lad from Dovecot goes through a breakup and a mental breakdown and books in for 3 nights, pay for 2 at the Savoy. I mean,
and buys a penthouse.
Absolute text.
We'll get to me penthouse in a minute. So I went on the website and it said the stay for longer rate, third night free, and I was like, well, that's perfect because I need exactly 3 nights. Talk about meant to be, right? So I clicked on it. And I thought it said rate per night. And it was like basically 500 quid, like 480 quid or something like that, right? So I was like, right, so that would be 960 for 3 nights. Right?
What?
So I was like, do you know what? My birthday was ruined. So let's just treat myself. But then I didn't realise what it actually said was average room rate per night for this stay, 480 quid, right?
Oh, okay.
So what they'd done is they'd gone, well, Thursday's 750 quid. Friday is 750 quid. Saturday is 0. And we take the average of that. And we get about 500, don't we? So I thought it was going to be... And I then clicked it. And I was just trying to double check what the price was. I wasn't actually going to book it. And then it come up, yeah, you have booked the Savoy for those 3 nights. And it's 1,500 quid.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh, dear.
That would take me 3 trips to London's worth of gigs to make that money. So I was like, no. And then all day yesterday.
That's a holiday for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had to ring up and ask, could I cancel it? And the poor Lithuanian woman on the phone. Hello, Mr. Rowe. Yes, you want to cancel? Your plans have changed? And I have this thing where I tend to just not automatically be able to lie to people. Like, I can lie to get out of stuff like that if I've thought about it.
Oh, you're phenomenal.
Right? But
that sort of sounded like a thing. But when you're geared in, you bullshit with the best of them.
But because it was on the spot, and I was so hungover yesterday because I'd been out with Alfie the night before. No, that wasn't the night before, was it?
No.
It was the night before.
Were you hungover? Oh, you went with Dolly?
Yeah, no, I was sort of... It was the night before, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a fun breakdown,
I was...
Yeah.
I was on day 2 of my hangover. I was still in... And
Adam does mental breakdowns with a lot of socialising, good times, and £1,500 3-day stays in hotels.
So she went, oh, have your plans changed, Mr. O? And I went...
Has your ethnicity changed, love? Because you were Lithuanian. Hey, Mr. Ro.
I think she passed it to the manager.
Esmeralda! There is a scuzzer on the phone. Listen to him squirm. Hello, Mr. Ro. Why you gonna lie? Mr. Ro, why you gonna lie?
You cannot afford.
Mr. Ro, don't, hey, talk straight to me. It's Esmeralda, you know. Is that there? All right. glad that got put there.
She goes, "We plan change."
You've really fucked off Esmeralda with the dropping of the thing.
I went, no. And she went, excuse me? And I went, no, I just don't want to stay with you anymore. I felt like I was breaking up with this woman. She went, a what? I went, I just don't...
She's
moved again.
Was? Now she's put fucking Hilda on the phone. Was? Go on, keep going.
I was like, yeah, I just don't want to stay with you anymore. And she was like, she goes, is it something we have done? And I went, no, it's just a lot of money, isn't it? And she goes, oh, okay, I see. And immediately she was like, yeah, people must accidentally book themselves into the Savoy 4 times a week.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, you remembered you weren't rich. Oh, that's okay. We have a button for that. POV.
But I think I'm done with the shit hotels of the world. The truly shit ones.
Right. Well, now, no, I'm in no position to tell you what you're doing here. I agree. But I think what you've done is gone, I want better than this, and then overshot it. Because I get it. I don't want to do the ones in London where they're like, it's £35. You're like, oh, so many people have been murdered here today. No, we've cleaned up the blood. I don't want those. And the travel lodges, they're a bit bleak, aren't they? I know they're functional and everything.
So that's where I would normally stay.
Premier Inn, and like you want nicer. In London, you can get all right deals knocking about here and there. Like,
I'm not going to tell everyone where I'm staying, but I suppose I'll be checked out by the time this goes out, won't I?
Yeah, but you might stay there again.
Yeah, but they won't know.
Well, do you know if you're in London? Because you tell everyone where you are every day on the internet.
Oh, no, and they'll just like, yeah, because he's Lady Gaga. Oh, they're like, Mr. Rowe, you're going to have to stop telling your fans that you're here. We can't even function as a hotel. Fucking
No, but
hell.
you're acting like that's not feasible. It is.
Are we all right? Do you think our lot are going to like flood it like the fucking Beatles fans just screaming? Ah, damn, he's not Harry Styles. Listen, I like him as well, but he's not fucking... Jesus Christ, guys. I think people can know where he is.
Oh, okay, go on then. Where are you going to stay?
I'm staying at the Hoxton.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Spent time there as a kid. Love it.
It's a really nice hotel. I've been in the bar before.
Budget. What are we talking? Where are you? Ballpark it for us.
200 a night.
There you go. That's more in line.
Because the travel lodge was like 130 a night anyway, and I was like, it's so unbelievably shit. It's close as fuck to the comedy club. Like I'm at Top Secret Comedy Club this weekend, and it is over the road, and it's perfect to just stumble back after the late show.
Yeah, when I was looking to go down to watch a West End show and take Etta down, which I am going to do, I'm just going to... I had a talk with Laura, and I was like, just going to wait till she's a little bit older, because I just...
Like 30.
No. I was like, maybe later this year, where I just watch her sometimes, and she's like, da, 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 and you've got to be so on it in London, haven't you?
You'll be a pensioner then.
What?
When Etta's 30.
I'm not actually waiting that long.
No,
I was just thinking like the summer onwards. But like 150 quid, 160 quid, 170 quid will get you a good hotel for a night. Like a decent hotel, won't it? 500 a night, even with their fake discount, is retarded. How would you feel being in the Ritz or the Savoy?
I would genuinely, and I did this with the business class flight to New York, I would be so like a caricature of how I actually am. Like, I would wear me Scousers trainees, a full Under Armour trackie and a cap. Like, I'd have me AirPods in even if I wasn't listening to anything. North Face backpack on.
Yeah.
I'd want everyone else there to feel really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
New money.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that amazing Louis C.K. bit? One of my favourite bits of his all time, when he was just on a Sunday morning in his crap and he's got ice cream stains on his fucking top, and he's gone down to just for a bit of fresh air in the court, and he's in this really expensive, is it expensive like plush apartment building with like a courtyard and little gardens.
And the guy comes over
and a guy comes over.
Do you live here?
And he can see the guy going, oh, no, this isn't right. He goes, do you live here? And just for the fuck of it, Louis C.K. goes, no. And he's like, oh, well, this is a private property. And he's like, oh, I don't really believe in that. And then the guy goes over and finds like the attendant to go, there's a man here, probably homeless. And just watching the guy's face, he can't hear what's being said, but he can just see his confusion as the guy who works there goes, oh, no, he's fine, he lives here. Just having him work it out. I like the idea of being the scummiest person. I did a bit about this once, and I never quite nailed it. But I like being the scummiest person to ruin posh people's afternoon. Like the other way round, when you feel like the poshest person in like a Home Bargains and everyone's got mobility scooters just because they're fucked. Yeah. Like there's no actual disability apart from like I'm 40, I've really rode the real wheels off it. Like I don't know, I don't like that. Like sometimes when we've been to the shops in Runcorn, I'm like, oh dear. I feel like the people at the Ritz when you're there with AirPods, like, oh my goodness. Oh dear, they're everywhere.
Those people are so stupid that like I enjoy fucking with them. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd probably put like my feet up. I'd get like a table for two on my own and put my feet up on the other chair.
Yeah, and you know someone's going to do the Louis C.K. Excuse me, I don't mean to cause a scene, but just a few tables over, there's someone who he seems eminently scouse. And I'm wondering, is that allowed?
I'd get like unpitted olives and be like trying to spit the pips into the...
Oh, you classy slag.
And just be like, what? Miriam, mind your business, you stupid old twat.
Oh, well, that's...
And there you're
honestly.
gone. Now you're gone, aren't you?
Nah, you see, yeah.
Can't get kicked out of a hotel for calling an old woman a twat. Fact.
Yeah, fact. There you go. Adam's book of facts. You can't get kicked out of a home bargain.
We need to make that
Oh,
book.
Adam's book. No, fact. The amount of times I've worked as a QC defending someone who's called someone a miserable old cunt in a hotel.
We need Adam's book of facts in some way.
Adam Law. Chicago Law.
Do you know what? We need it on the soundboard to just press it.
But do you know? Do you also know what I mean when you're in somewhere that's proper fucking toasty and rough, and you're like, oh, like is that
like Lunya?
What?
You said the people in home
Lunya's
bargains.
rough.
You said the people in home bargains before.
Right.
I always see them in Lunya.
Okay.
Right. What Lunya?
I know what he's doing now.
What's he doing?
He's referencing the infamous clip that we got in trouble for.
Oh, right. Oh, I wasn't talking about people who are disabled. I was just... Oh, why are you doing it then?
Subtle.
Oh, yeah, fucking dead subtle, Carl. You literally put the skids on the whole thing and went, Lunya. And then sat there like a special needs kind of like, ah. Yeah, that was flowing. No, I mean... Do you know what I mean about disability? No, mobility scooters, not disability scooters.
Yeah.
You know the mobility scooters?
Yeah,
right?
I know exactly what you meant.
Are you disabled? And you're like,
That's why it took me a second as well.
I'm just so working class that my legs don't work.
They're just
Yeah.
fat.
And
I don't know if
okay.
And that's okay as well.
But I don't know if that's... Some pubs in Manchester, I remember when we lived in Manchester, we'd go in a pub and you'd be like, oh, this... Especially in the northern quarter, there was pubs that were being gentrified and it was kind of cool. And then there's the pubs who were like, no, we're not doing that. And it's... And you sometimes go in and you're like, oh, we're in the wrong place. Do you ever get that? Or is it just me? Sometimes.
I only ever feel like that in like a city that is alien to me.
Right.
So like I could go into any of the roughest pubs in Liverpool and just be like, yeah, it's fine.
Would they be able to stay open though with all the fans? Oh my God! Lads, you're going to have to stop coming in here fucking serving roast. Was it mayhem with all your fanatics? Right, okay. But if it was like a Glasgow pub.
Yeah. Well, you know the story of the gig I did on Christmas Day in Glasgow?
What?
No, in Edinburgh, sorry. In a really rough area of Edinburgh. I did a gig on Christmas Day a few years ago.
I don't understand what's happening.
What do you mean?
I just don't understand how that even happens. How is there a gig in Edinburgh on Christmas Day?
Because there was a pub that was like, we open Christmas Day and we want some comedy on.
And how are you available?
Because I just decided I was available. This was a good few years ago.
Oh my God. If you ever need testament to how keen new comedians are when they're like, right, I'm going to make it and this is what I'm doing. We've got a gig on Christmas Day.
You ain't even that new,
there.
No?
So you,
About 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, he's still on the fucking grind though.
Yeah. And as we arrived, there was 2 guys playing pool. And me and the guy who drove me ordered, and they all knew who we were straight away. I ordered a pint, I think. And a lad went, nah, buddy, I need bottles. This is going to get rough for yous.
That's not nice.
It was fine in the end. Smashed it.
The bottle.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like that was uncomfortable. And especially having to do the gig. And it was wasn't bad. It was fucking Savoy money. You know what I mean?
No.
One night Savoy money.
Christmas Day money.
Yeah.
Basically a little corporate.
Absolutely.
Oh, that I've never even heard of a gig on Christmas Day.
It was a mistake I'm glad that I made. Do you know what I mean?
But it's funny as well because your story's not like a joyful one. Like, you know, like sometimes when comedians tell bad gig stories, it's like, it was this bad, it was that bad, and there's like a fun. That was just like, it was really scary, but then it was all right.
Yeah. There's no real anecdote to it. It's why I've never like turned it into a bit or anything. It was me, Jojo Sutherland, and Eddie Brimson.
I have to say though, I would rather be in a lively, working class, fucking a little bit spiky around the edges pub for a gig than a room full of posh cunts. If we're like
for a gig, We've surely talked about this before. Comedy works best where people are sad.
I'm telling you, like,
and struggling.
This whole thing of, like, I don't know, like, it's fun to be the working class person in a fucking posh hotel. The worst is being a working class comedian at a posh room of comedy, and they're like, I don't know what this is. I really don't know why you're here. You're like, oh God.
I think I'm at a point now in my career though, and in my life, where I could enjoy that death.
Yeah.
Like let's say it's like a 200 people village hall in Cambridgeshire, and I've got to go and close it, and everyone else has done well because their acts are perfect for the room, and the promoters made a boo-boo and gone, Adam's doing all right. He's just done the Apollo. That podcast's going to sell us a few tickets. Let's get Adam in. And they all just collectively at minute 2 go, no, this is a bad idea. That 20 to 30 minute set, the fact that I am ruining the evening of all those cunts would override the fact that I'm having a bad time on stage.
And you're getting paid for it?
Yeah.
But it also doesn't matter if he refuses. You're like, it was actually worth just ruining all these cunts' evening. Well, we're not going to pay you. Well, go fuck yourself. The other thing, there's so many gigs I wish I'd have just gone, stick your money, stick your gig, go fuck yourself. And then because I needed the cash and I'd already driven there, I just had to grind it out. And then sometimes it works out all right, but very few times did I ever just walk out because it was dog shit.
But yeah, it's quite interesting that, like, the hotel I'm staying in this weekend now is a really nice hotel. Like, I've been in the bar before. It's a nice bar. Like, it's the type of bar people go to, even if they've got nothing to do with the hotel. Nice. It's a good bar. And I will dress a lot smarter in there than I would in the Savoy. Because they're not posh enough and it's just sort of smart casual. I'd feel really, really on show when I was a place there in a trackie. But at the Savoy, it would go so far that it becomes funny to me.
Yeah, they're just nice sound people, and there's a little bit of money in there, but it's not. Is it ostentatious? What's the word? Where it's like, it makes you feel a bit gippy because of like.
It looks like hard work.
Being that posh.
To be that posh and cared about that much. Oh, this spoon's wrong.
Oh yeah.
Fuck off. Who's asked?
Like.
The dinner with the...
Yeah, when there's like, there's 17 forks, 17 spoons, 17 knives, and it's a 4-course meal. And there's you've got, that's your carrot spoon. That's your carrot spoon there. This is your bread fork. Hey, don't be using a meat spoon for your bread. You need a bread fork for that.
The meat spoon.
What's a meat spoon?
You were getting away with it until the meat spoon. Sir, Mr. Rowe, you need to use the meat spoon. Fucking in a steak.
A big ladle?
Like an ice cream scoop. Whoa, that steak's lovely. Put it in a fucking coal.
Throw
that away.
When we were in New York and we went to the Michelin star restaurant for my birthday, I got lamb chops for me main, like lamb cutlets, and like it's a Michelin star restaurant, and here's who I am. My favourite bit of the meat is right near the bone. I was sucking the bone, sat in a Michelin star restaurant looking at Manhattan.
Paid to suck that bone?
Yeah.
Carl's really coming out with some no context have a words recently. I think we slightly clipped it, but that was pretty gay. I thought that's what you did with. I thought that's what you did. Are you not meant to?
I was given a knife and fork, so I assume I was meant to just use that, and I did for the main bit.
Oh fuck me!
Right.
I thought you were eating it with your hands, like the whole bit.
Henry VIII.
Why is he deep throating that bone?
But in my head, I'm like, this is a fucking 300 quid lamb chop. Like, I'm getting every fucking millimetre of it.
$5. That's another $5. That's about $12.50. Could you stop doing that with the meat, please, sir? Go fuck yourself.
Use your meat spoon.
It is annoying, that, though. Like, there's absolutely no...
all the things of, like, you can't do this.
That's the smallest fork, so you...
Have you ever eaten anywhere like that?
Yeah.
I have never eaten in a place where they're like, this is the ridiculous, like, Downton Abbey dinner service. I wouldn't know where to start.
Isn't the point of it to keep scum out? Because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but it doesn't keep scum out because they don't kick you out if you use the wrong one.
No,
No,
but, it's meant
but
to, like,
They just
put you off.
silently judge you from the side of the room.
It's an identifier, isn't it? Oh, you don't know the rules, you poor little thing. It's like...
Yeah, like political speech as well. Like the language they use, like, oh, you don't know what we're saying because you're not part of the group.
Yeah, and then it also works in regional stuff. So a working class Scouse lad, a working class Geordie lad, or even if you're in South London and you're in gangs and you've got your own like fucking language, haven't it? If you don't get it, it's a way of sort of distancing yourself from the norm.
their
And
dialect.
that's what posh cunts do. Like,
I
oh my
shove
goodness.
14 fucking of these forks up your ass, bruv.
Yeah, bruv. You nailed that, innit? Nailed it. I actually thought you were doing Geordie then for a bit, bro.
I did as well.
I thought you'd
I'll shove it all up your fucking body.
Aye.
Right on your
Oh, that
fucking
reminds me
body.
of The Gentleman. Have you seen The Gentleman?
No.
Oh, with the guy from Sons of Anarchy. He's got a machine gun. Has anyone
Charlie
seen it?
Hunnam.
Yeah, and he goes, all right, I'm sure you're all fucking naughty boys. And they're
That's great, yeah.
"Cov, I'm going to fucking stab you, innit? He goes, well, I've got a fucking machine gun. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, it's you know, in a film where you're like, you know, obviously it's in London. I didn't mind The Gentleman. I thought it was all right. There was bits of it that were a bit annoying, but it was generally quite a good film. We went to the cinema and watched it. But there are weird things that are not meant to be with each other in cinema, which is like fucking people doing you, like we're gangs, innit? Fucking South London, you'll come deep south, man. I'll fucking cut you, innit, fam? And then the guy from Sons of Anarchy goes, all right, I'm sure you're all fucking naughty boys, like, but I've got a fucking machine gun. It just didn't work. It was so funny.
It's a really great scene, though. Like, I watched it the other night on TikTok, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's
But
just the Geordie accent with the fuck. What are you talking about, fam?
It is something I've said on this pod before, like, I've got such a problem with unreasonable authority. It's why I never really was good at jobs, because like when the manager's like, do this, and I was like, well, why? I need to know why I'm doing it, sort of thing. And the things with the knife and fork, I've been with my ex-girlfriend to restaurants where you're given like 5 forks, 5 spoons, and 5 knives. And I literally just use my favourite looking fork for each bit.
Yeah. The biggest one?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
like second largest.
Oh, you don't use
Because,
the
and do you know why I use the second largest and not the largest? Because part of me's like, maybe the largest one is the right one, and I'm not using that.
Yeah. Use the
What's
smallest
the really?
one for
What's
everything.
the little pedo fork?
The three plonger?
It looks like a miniature sort of. Is it Zeus or Spartan? What's the?
A trident.
Yeah.
Not triad, a trident.
3 out of 4 dentists recommend using that fork.
Nearly.
3 out of 4.
So close.
Damn it! You did make Greek mythology sound like
Trident.
toothpaste. Have you tried Trident? That one that must be for carrots.
Isn't a fruit fork?
It is a free fork. It is.
It is. Ooh, kiwi. Yep. I like when you can eat food with your hand. Pizza's obviously a fucking touch in it because
Mashed
I
potato.
don't care where you.
Lasagna.
Depends how hungover you are.
Can you go to a restaurant and eat with your hands and just, do you have to get over there? If you went to like a nice restaurant.
Like a really upscale restaurant.
So you went to like, it's $150 a head and you just ate it with your hands.
I think you would be advised to stop
By someone who works there.
by like the maitre d'. Yeah.
Stop. Advisory is fine, isn't it?
I think they come over and go, sir, we would respectfully request that you were to use the cutlery items that have been provided for you. Any one of the 27 forks we can live with, but really it should be number 12 for this.
Oh, and now I'm out.
Yeah, I'd be drinking it, mate.
Yeah.
Drinking
Then
mashed
I'd prefer to go to a restaurant in Runcorn where they were like, why are you using a fork, you bender? Oh, look at cutlery boy, gay. Like,
Do you know me? We went to a restaurant the other day. Me, Steve, Maddie, Serica, and Judy, and it was late. And I think they had about 40 minutes left. We walked in, and the host went, "So, have you been here before?" We went, "No, it was on the top of Liverpool one. I won't name her." He went, "Right. A lot of people don't like the food, and if you don't like it, you can't complain to me because we won't change it."
A lot of people don't like the food.
Yeah, and you can't complain after you've ordered. And we went, "We're going to leave." And he went, "Okay."
What was the restaurant?
What was it called? Smoke and Dough, was it? Smoke and Dough.
so he walked in and went, look, this people think it's shit, but if you think it's shit, you're not allowed to say anything.
That is a waiter who couldn't be asked with one more
he
table.
He wasn't a waiter. He was a manager.
That was a manager who couldn't be asked with one more table.
Yeah,
It is last week.
But he could've
100%.
You could have just gone, we're closed. We don't got it. If you can't complain if you don't like it, and a lot of people don't like it, so. And we were like, we're
There's
gonna
got to be more going on there,
It's
hasn't it?
got to be, hasn't it?
It was odd. It was odd.
That is a weird thing to happen.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I can't be arsed with cunts. Bye-bye.
That's essentially what it was. Don't complain to me if you don't like it, because I'm not going to change the
But
food.
what, at the top of Liverpool 1, the
I've heard it's
really
great as well.
expensive...
It looked lovely.
But it can't be cheap having a
not
restaurant
expensive,
up
it's
there.
No, the top of Liverpool 1 is actually more like Wagamama-y, like
chainy.
chainy places.
Yeah, but I mean to rent one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
units is not cheap, is it? Like, they're not...
Yeah, I know what you mean now. I thought you meant for the consumer.
You could tell he didn't want us there, but it was like, don't come complaining to me if you don't like it. You're like, right.
That is the weirdest customer service.
He'd make a brilliant
With a smile-
comedian.
with a
He
smile
would
on his
make a
face.
fucking great comedian.
He was like, if you
That's-
don't like it, then.
That is the attitude you need to like do an Edinburgh run. Listen, a lot of people don't like it. But if you don't like it, don't complain to me afterwards.
So odd. We went to Pizza Express and they were lovely.
Well, you can eat with your hands.
You can eat with your hands, yeah. Yeah, it was strange customer service.
Those two gaffs could very well be my new locals.
Why is that, Adam?
I'm getting a penthouse apartment.
You are?
The breakdown continues.
Do you know what's happened? Right, I stayed at my cousin's the other night. So after we recorded the Patreon episode, my cousin's been really good to me while shit's been going on.
We love Dolly. I don't think I've met her, but she's
You met her at
You
his
will have
party.
met Dolly, at least once.
very briefly.
Yeah.
Did have some beverages at your birthday, though.
Yes. So I texted her and I was like, I'll come and see you in a bit after work, and I'll take you and your fella and the baby out for tea. My treat. And then on the way to Dolly's, I went through a red light accidentally because I just was not concentrating. And you know, when you have one of those moments when you're driving, and I was obviously hungover because that was the night after I'd been out with Alfie. I was like, oh, I should not be behind this wheel. So I was very careful for the rest of the way. And then she was like, do you want to just stay? And I was like, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
After that journey. So my day yesterday was funny. And anyone who follows me on Twitter will have already seen a bit of this story. So first of all, that night in Dolly's, I was literally just contemplating my life. And to be totally honest with you, and you know, we will go through the details of the breakup eventually on my terms. I'm not enjoying being in my house at the minute. I was just like, it's just a bit haunted by what's gone on. And I was like, I want to move out and I've wanted to live in town. And I thought I was going to buy somewhere this year, but now I'm sort of like, maybe I don't want to actually be tied to owning something just yet.
You're not in a rush.
So I went on Rightmove, and the first apartment I seen was in the building I've always sort of wanted to live in. And it's a duplex and a little penthouse thing. It's right on the top floor.
What does duplex mean? It's got like an upstairs and a downstairs.
It's a flat, but you've got a set of stairs in it.
All right, cool.
So I just went, can I come and see that tomorrow at 3:30? And the guy got back to me and was like, I can only do 2:30. So I rushed to go and see it. And I just was like, there's nothing else it could have that would make me want it. And I was like, just wait 48 hours before you make a decision. But I put it on my Instagram and sent it to Carl. Carl's immediate reaction was, get it now. And everyone else was like, just, what are you waiting for? Just get it. And then I was like, what am I waiting for? So I emailed them and said, I'll take it.
And it's beautiful.
Ghost Hunt 3 in Adam's house. It's going to be quite something, isn't it?
The dishes from
Is
6
she
years ago.
Is she here? Get out of the garden.
I'm looking forward to it, you know.
It's going to be amazing. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in a penthouse in Manchester when I was 30. Had a very, very good time. So it's a good time to do it, innit? Do it. When are you going to do it? You're gonna do it now. Then maybe a few years down the line, meet someone, settle down, and then the next time you're going to get to do it is post-divorce. It's hard work, innit?
Yeah.
You're in the window.
30 and
Hopefully
50.
you never get to do the penthouse in your late 40s.
Like an old comic. They say you don't need to do a penthouse on the way up and on the way down. It's good to be back.
With one of those girls from the Savoy.
Mr. Ro, you cancelled your booking, but you found love. What is that?
Dan, have you been frivolous the last couple of days, like Adam?
Oh, have I?
Have you?
Are you asking a question because you know something?
No.
What do you mean?
I was just keeping the conversation moving.
Oh, sorry. I thought you knew something about... I was trying to work out what you knew.
No.
What have you bought?
Oh, what's happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
I've done my tax return. I've done the absolute polar fucking opposite of be frivolous. I've been like, right, this is the accounting for this. This is the accounting for that. By the way, doing a tax return that includes April 2020 to April 2020 is so weirdly... I got nostalgic because in my accounts, I can see the start of the money like coming in for this podcast when we needed it most. And I messaged a couple of people who gave me gigs in that lockdown because the fee coming in stands out a fucking mile because there was no other money coming in. And then it was like money coming into my account from PayPal that we got from the very OG patrons who we've thanked many a time. But when you see it, you're like, my income just stopped and the gig stopped. And then you just have like money coming in from PayPal that was from the podcast, and then I'd pay Adam. So that's how we did it. And then occasionally, like, we'd get money from, like, when we had Beer 52, and Adam would send me money, and it'd be like cocaine refund or, you know. Literally, Adam cannot put money in your account without being like, big dildo refund you, Bender. Like,
yeah, well, I had to send to my our accountants, and it was bitch ass gimp. I was like, how the fuck do I just didn't mention it. I was like, there it is, it's bitch ass gimp.
But what it did remind me of is that one of our very, very first sponsors when the lockdown hit was the Vauxhall Comedy Club in London, run by a guy called Mooch. I'm doing my tour show there in, I think, October. And he gave us a sponsor. He's paid for a sponsor. He paid for an advert every episode for the first sort of month when we needed it most, when we were probably being listened to by a few thousand people. So I just wanted to do this while we're so much bigger, just do a little shout out to the good people at the Vauxhall Comedy Club in London. If you fancy going to watch stand-up in London, I know we mentioned Top Secret, everyone knows about the store, have a little look for Vauxhall Comedy. They do a really, really good show. They're friends with a lot of the people that you'll recognise from the couch. I know Vittorio's down there all the time.
And it's actually a really good drop-in club. So they will have comics drop in who are big, and last few times I've been in London for stuff other than gigs, and I just get to the night and I'm like, you know what, I fancy just going and talking some shit. He will always accommodate a comic that he's sort of happy to have. Do you know what I mean? He'll squeeze you on. So, like, some really famous comics drop in there as well.
Yeah,
you never know who's going to be there.
Really central. You see Vauxhall and you're like, oh, it's not in town. It's just, I think it's the Piccadilly line, and it's just over the water. It's so central, it'll take you 5 minutes on the tube, and it's something a little bit different. Go and have a look at Vauxhall Comedy Club because Mooch and the guys there really fucking stepped up when we were in a spot.
I think I might try and drop in there on Saturday this week. So if you're early accessing this and you want something in London tonight, I might try and drop in there.
London is a great, I know, like, if you haven't taken your partner away, London is a great option. Just get on the train and then go and see a show, Vauxhall Comedy. And then £1,500 is all you need to spend on a hotel. And Adam will put the link in. We're also sponsored by the Ritz Hotel now.
Savoy.
Oh, Savoy. And the code is go fuck yourself, you scumbag. And see if that works.
The code is, oh yes, this happens a lot.
And and we're also sponsored by Home Bargains Runcorn. And the code word is
Lunya.
Can we just, before we move on to correspondence, Carl and Finn yesterday went to teach podcasting in Serica's school.
What a segue from me going, oh, that's reminding me.
First of all, the fact that is possible. And there's two of my favourite bits. I want you to tell the Would You Rather story in a second, which made me laugh. Me and Carl went for a little drive last night and got a Mackey's and just had a little a bromance chat. And so my favourite thing is that a couple of the kids were like to Carl, I want to be a podcaster now. I'll check yours out. I'm in year 5. What's yours called?
Nope. What's it called? No, you're never finding out. Too adult was the response. Too adult.
They've been taught what a Would You Rather is.
Yes,
and you got like
Serica's been teaching them what a Would You Rather is.
Right? So one of the little girls invented her own.
It's so bad.
It's so like this made me really, really, really laugh. This.
So we had 10 groups of 5 or 4 kids. Finn, by the way, was fire. Like he was genuinely, he's so good with kids. Like shout out to Finn, he was so good. Thank you.
Oh, Finn, you little kid.
So they'd all pre-prepared their subject. So a lot of it was music and football. A couple of like other ones like technology. They all had little weird scripts because he thought it was scripted, but like we kind of pushed away from that, didn't we? We kind of led it, and there was some producers there who loved it, and like having the headphones on was the best thing in the world. But this girl was like, "It's would you rather time." We were like, "That's funny because it sounds like us." And she went, "Would you rather fall into a volcano and die peacefully?" Like, yeah.
Die peacefully.
Yeah. Or have a nice hour-long bath.
My favourite bit though is when you confronted them with it. I went to her, I don't really think you understand how would you rathers work. She's like, no, I do. And he was like, so what would you rather do? And she went, the bath, obviously.
I don't think you.
Yeah.
I went, it's either 2 nice things or 2 bad things. You were like, yeah, okay.
Is there any less peaceful death?
Even the mates are going, you wouldn't die peacefully there. She's like, yeah, you would.
The level of acceptance. Well, I'm falling now, so I might as well just chill.
I've come up with my own one. Would you rather be fisted with a glove made of razor blades or have a lovely sandwich?
That's a tricky one. It's a lovely sandwich, though.
That's
isn't it?
obviously
Because,
a lovely sandwich.
Obviously the
that's
sandwich.
going to really hurt your bum.
Yeah.
It's gonna
cut you to bits. Your
potentially-
arsehole will be bleeding.
You could die.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sandwich is nice.
Especially if you're hungry.
I don't think you understand would you rather.
But shout out to Paul Macalinden. Oh, sorry, I've said that wrong. He's sending the school some podcast equipment so they can get their own started. He's donated to the school.
Oh, what a fucking ledge.
Just lovely.
And obviously he also played left back for Manchester City in the 90s.
Oh, yeah,
He
Macalinda.
did that as well.
Macalinda down the wing.
But as soon as we left,
We'll have a sing.
we were like, well, we want to be. What did you just say? We'll have a sing.
I don't know. Some of my football chants are like, it's like I've never been to football. Oh, everyone looks so athletic. Have a good bloody run around. Score a goal.
Macalinden, here we go again. Why did City ever let you go? Macalinden. That works.
That was good. But yeah, do all like we want to be podcasters now. We want to be podcasters now. So can
Yeah,
you
well,
speak
it's
to
a
the
closed
government?
shop, so fuck off.
I didn't say that.
All right, sorry.
If any of those kids are watching, right, look at me right now. You'll never be us.
Yeah.
Grow up.
There's some of them who will be.
You're pathetic. And your mum and dad are probably having marital troubles.
I please hope you don't find this podcast.
Well, that's Carl not going back to that school.
But yeah, we're teaching the future podcast generation.
I'm not threatening you.
All right, go.
It's more than words.
It's a very positive thing.
It was. It's beautiful.
Don't even bother.
I like how we didn't get asked. He's having a
Do you know why you didn't get asked?
Well, because he's having a very expensive breakdown, and I spent my time on a tax return.
Well, I go. We'll role play. I'll ask you. Do you just want to come to teach podcasting in a school?
No,
When?
all right.
When?
It doesn't matter when or where. Are you up for it?
Well, my schedule's pretty hectic, so if I can make it work.
It's a Tuesday. I know you're free.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's a good role play. I don't think you know how role play works.
You both would have gone. No,
No, I wouldn't. I don't.
I'd have done it,
you
I'm
wouldn't
alright.
have.
but I'd have brought this energy. Like, I'd let you teach it while I was just there, just going, yeah. But it's actually a lot more difficult than he's making it sound.
Lesson 1, kids. Wet ass pussy.
That's why I wouldn't have taken him. Because we had to be very PC.
Wet ass PC.
Break. Wag lids. We've got to tell you about one of our sponsors, NordVPN. They're offering our listeners, our fans, a 2-year deal plus 1 month for just $89, which is about 65 quid. That's 70% off the usual price and works out at £2.60 a month. Adam, what is a VPN? What's Nord?
A VPN is basically a way to lie to your computer or your laptop and say, hey, I'm not in fucking Liverpool, mate. Nah, I'm in Syria. I'm in the Antarctic. I'm in Brussels. I'm in Mexico. Wherever you feel like being. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be online? You can tell a VPN, put me there, and it will give you access to that country's version of the internet. And you might not think that's any different, but you're full of shit, Susan, okay? If you're in America, you get access to American Netflix.
Syrian Netflix, Susan. Have you not watched Syrian Netflix? It's wicked.
It's honestly the best thing I pay for, a VPN. Being able to decide what country you want to be in and what you want access to. It's especially great, as we've said before, for the Premier League footy. You can get all the 3 o'clock kickoffs because they're shown all around the world, just not in England. You can get them with NordVPN, and I'm so happy that they're on board as a sponsor.
So it's nordvpn.com/haveaword. Use our custom code haveaword. That's nordvpn.com/haveaword. Custom code have a word.
Go ahead, Susan. You fucking slag. So you just told us you were conceived in Switzerland and then corrected yourself and said you learned to walk in Switzerland.
You know, when you're a kid, things come up. One of the things that I got told was like, I learned to walk in Switzerland. My first steps.
Is it like a special program that you got sent to because you couldn't walk?
Well, we were getting rid of my granddad, who was like on his last legs. And
failed because he's still here.
We went for Dignitas. And it was my other granddad. He's just really old. And I was so happy to be rid of him because he was just so, I was like, yes, fucking walk. I pressed the big red button.
Come on, Dan.
The big red button. Like it's a game show. Dignitas!
Is that what the Swiss, is that what it's called? Dignitas, yeah?
Yeah. I think it's Swiss for dignity.
It might be. I'm going to Google that.
What are you laughing at?
That's a song as well. It's Swiss for dignity. It is. It's Latin.
It's just so obvious.
It's not really.
Actually, I think it's something to do with dignity. Do you reckon? Do you think Dignitas is something to do with dignity? I don't know how you got there.
Latin for dignity.
Yeah, so I've like fucking no memory of it.
What's your opinion on assisted suicide?
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm not far off. Nearly done.
What side though? Assisting or?
What? Oh no, I don't want to work there. I'm busy. Just fucking pressing red buttons all day. Say goodbye to Nana. And she's gone.
In my head, that's like a CITV game show from the 90s.
Whack-a-mole.
You get gunged to death.
Dave Benson Phillips.
Say goodbye to Nana. Floor opens up.
No, like one of those log flumes you see on TikTok or Instagram Reels where they're like, ready? One last ride for Nana. Woo! That'd be great though. If you're going to get fucking seen off, you're old. You want to go one last mega fucking like not a log flume, but like a water slide.
Have a weird suicide theme park.
Wow.
They're just roller coasters that have no end on the track. And just right at the end, it's just,
Yeah, you see it when they fly off, but you can't actually see where they land. You're like, you don't want to look over that.
Just build it next to a quarry.
Yeah.
That you own, of course. Because they would probably complain.
Maybe a few complaints. Since you've moved in, some of the lads that work in the quarry are complaining. Flying alien nanas keep splattering all over the quarry, and it's really putting the lads off the work. Yeah, so I don't know where that's come from in my head, but I learned to walk in Switzerland because you're thinking of going to Switzerland. I didn't just, that made it sound like I was sat here in the break and we were like, should we start recording? I was like, I learned to walk in Switzerland.
You did, that's exactly how you said it as well. We were all just talking and
we were talking about Switzerland.
No.
Hey. You dishonest little fucker.
Oh, that picture is great.
It's very funny.
Right.
In the Patreon episode that went out last week,
I really fancied a woman and Carl put the image of the woman you were talking about.
The right image.
I picked out a fit hench woman.
She was fit, that woman.
Carl picked out a competition bodybuilding nana. Basically, your Auntie Beryl on fucking growth hormone. She looked horrific. And I'm there just openly talking about it. Distrust. You've been very disloyal there.
It was so good.
It was so funny. Yeah, of course it was funny, you rat.
Look, I've had an idea here, and I genuinely think we need to think about it, right? There isn't a company that is organising fun suicides. And I think a billionaire needs to buy like an island, and just for really seriously ill people, like maybe like it's a plane, right? And the pilot has got a parachute, and what he does is he ghosties the plane, but you get to sit in the co-pilot seat and you just into a mountain. That'd be a great way to go.
It would, wouldn't it? It's expensive though, isn't it? You know, because you've got to buy a plane every time you get rid of a nana.
You just keep fixing the plane.
You ghost your plane,
Pay for the
into an island, whole thing goes up, you just fix the plane. Right. Do you think my water slide is a bit cheaper? Water slide into a quarry.
guillotine water slide.
Murder slide.
Yeah.
Is Nana ready for the murder slide? It'll be nice to be at peace. Whoosh!
The least peaceful, least dignified death ever. Into a quarry.
Into a volcano. Yeah, Adam Rowe and Dan Nightingale bought a volcano. Yeah, I do believe in it. I think there's nothing. What if you're done, you're done. You should be able to choose your.
Just the weird laws, innit? You're killing someone.
I think it's related to Christianity and faith.
I do too.
I think you should be, if you are, there should be some prerequisites like, I feel sad. That's not good, is it? But if you've got terminal illness, who's to tell you can't just fucking be like, I'm done. Romeo done. That's what I want to do. I want to do a 20 So Solid Crew reference just as I go.
Your last words.
Yeah, my last one. Romeo done.
What would your last words be, Adam?
My last words?
You knew you were making them. Your last decree.
Defend my honour.
Right.
Are you saying that too?
The pilot. He's long gone. He's out in the parachute with his fucking gaffer taped up plane. Very expensive. Adam's Dignitas.
Whispers it into the black box.
I'd call it...
Dignilad.
No, Funnitas. Because it's fun.
Right. The Nitas doesn't really work, does it? Just call it fun.
No, but people need to make the association.
Dignifun. No?
Dignified fun.
Words.
Like a boggle night.
It's so fucking stupid. Like it's not just some evil Swiss doctor with a needle like, say goodbye.
What about mushuk?
What's that?
Pussy in Uzbekistanian.
What's that got to do with?
Sounds fun. Mushuk.
He's Carl in a weird mood. This whole year he's been in a bit of a weird mood.
It's New Year, new Carl, isn't it?
What are your last words? What about pussy in Uzbekistan? What were Adam Rowe last words? Mushuk! Yeah.
Oh my God. You're the footballer Louis Figo.
Yeah.
Pussy is Figo in Portuguese, in Italian. I thought it was Portuguese. Not as fun.
Cool. I think Carl's having a mental breakdown as well, you know.
I'm moving house.
I think the fact that he's bought a house, I think he's on the face of it. I think Carl I think he hides his emotions well.
I do.
Right?
I do.
But I think
I'm worried about these kids in Newtonley Willows when you were like, Mushuk! Just Uzbekistani for pussy. Carry on. Keep going. Drop something for no reason.
Segue.
Tripod. Turn that off.
I'm not sure you'd prefer it here, but shout out to Joe at Vincent Solicitors for if you're looking doing
a plug. He's doing a plug. At this point, we've just shouted pussy in Uzbekistani. And you're getting your free plug-in for solicitors. They'll love this.
You've got to do it now. Go on.
Mushuk.
Hey, Carl, can I just... Mushuk. Carl, can I ask, have you been using any form of conveyance solicitor?
Yeah.
Wow.
A wonderful conveyancing solicitor.
Wonderful, you say?
His name's Joe Hughes.
Oh, Joe Hughes.
He helped me a lot. Very personable. Very quick with his emails. Lovely gentleman. If you're buying a house, give him a shout.
All right, Carl.
And what's the company called?
It's called Vincent Solicitors.
Wow. Enjoy that saving that you've made there, Carl. Mushuk.
That does sound like an Italian mobster. Is like Vinny. He's gone, we're going to call it Vincent Solicitors. You know, we're going to be respectable. We're going legit, buddy.
It's Vinny's. Come down to Vinny's, get a nice fucking meat sub. Buy you a new fucking duplex.
Nice one, Joe.
Mushuk piece of shit.
Joey Hughes, here we go again. Why did you give Carl a hand with his mortgage? Here we go again.
All right, Lids. Having watched, this is from Rob O. All right, Lids. Having watched Adam's American podcast appearance on Are You Garbage, there was a question raised about whether you take your shoes off in the house. Adam's response was no. This sparked a debate between me and the missus. I feel as though they assumed Adam was speaking for everyone from the UK as a whole, but we reckon out of everyone on the pod, Adam is the only one who doesn't take his shoes off at the door. Opinions?
I do.
I keep my shoes on until I'm ready to settle down. Not like with a wife and kids.
He runs in the house like this.
Adam's like a bucking bronco. Just cantering through the kitchen. He's unsettled. Leave him. Give him space. You've got to give him a sugar cube and whisper to him, come on now. Come on. That's all right. You can watch The Good Wife now.
And he slowly just comes over like this.
We'll get some shumai. Come on.
Get them shoes off. Come on.
Now you can de-shoe him. And there's a way of doing it. Got to get the leg up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You basically, yeah, I'm not.
If I'm cooking tea, I've got my shoes on.
That's mad.
Why?
What? You've got your shoes on?
Like, not like dress shoes, but like my trainees.
Yeah.
I don't put them on. Like, it's cooking time.
Hang on.
To...
If you haven't got shoes on, do you put shoes on to cook?
Oh,
probably not.
Who goes from unsettled to cooking? Madness.
Yeah. Like, if I've tucked them off, they're probably off. But if I'm coming in and put my shopping away, and I'm going to the toilet, and I'm just like, if I'm just sitting on the couch for 15 minutes before I go out, my shoes stay on.
Mad.
I don't take shoes off at the door because I feel like I'm constantly like nipping back to the car or going up to the garden office, and I hate putting shoes on and off. But we're about to get new carpet. We haven't got carpets downstairs, but we're about to get carpets on the stairs and upstairs. And Laura's like, you need to get in the habit of taking your shoes off. You cannot just go, oh, fuck it, I'll nip upstairs.
Can I just say as well, the beef I had on Are You Garbage with this is with people who force you to take your shoes off when you go to their house, even for a couple of minutes.
Oh, for a couple of minutes, no. But if you're coming to my new house, you're taking your shoes off. If I haven't got new carpet.
Someone's allowed to have those rules, though, aren't they? It's their house.
They are, yeah. They're allowed to have the rules. And I'm allowed to think they're gobshites.
Right. That's right. Don't invite Adam round. He won't settle. It's all right. Shh, get his reins.
He's just running around the room like a dog having a bad half hour.
Oh, he's galloping
on the couch.
Bucking Adam. Yeah, I know. No, I don't. I really like having my shoes on. They're comfy, and it means you can go everywhere. But I know especially because you boys have been in Japan. Yeah. That's unheard of, isn't it? You have to take your shoes off, otherwise you get shot, don't you?
Yeah.
You get shot.
You put your shoes at the door.
Okay. It's upsetting, isn't it?
Yeah, just drink some hot chocolate.
All over. I just want to say thank you to Joe Hughes and Vincent. They've been phenomenal. Answering emails. Oh, I'm getting emotional.
You put your shoes at the door, and most people have slippers for you to put on. Restaurants as well. You have slippers.
What?
So if you go to a traditional Japanese restaurant, you take your shoes off at the door, put them in the genkan, and then you get slippers. And you.
What if it's like an Asian fusion restaurant
in Asia?
Yeah.
Explain.
What are they fusing with?
Other bit of Asia. So like that's not tradition in China, is it? So if it's like a salt and pepper sushi gaff, did they make you take your shoes off?
I didn't go to one.
Yeah, you know why they didn't go to one? Because it's not a thing, is it? Is it a salt and pepper sushi gaff? Nando sushi?
Leave your shoes on.
Wimpy sushi.
But when you go to someone's house,
you have to wear restaurant slippers.
Yeah, or you can take your
Imagine over here if you went to Nando's and they were like, sorry lads, you've got to wear one of the fucking restaurant sliders.
Well, it's because of the floor. It's tatami, so it's like
tatami.
What's tatami?
It's like a wood. It's like wood in it. It's like carpet. I don't know how to explain it, but it's if you have your shoes on, you could break it.
Dead foreign.
woven wood.
Oh, woven wood.
It's the
Why
same
don't they
with-
just get...
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like when you get like shumais and it comes in those little.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
But it's more it's a bit stronger than that. But people's houses have that too. You don't you say you don't want to walk the outside in. It's like dirt and not niceness.
Hey, if I was visiting, it's part of the culture. If I lived there for a year, it'd be about like, I'd just be like, I just want to keep my shoes on. Some flats just have like laminate, don't they?
Yeah, like in my house, like I'd have been alright with it. Like Steve's house too. But
Right.
say if you go somewhere traditional, which is a lot.
In my new flat, the rule is I'm gonna have footy boots at the door. You put footy boots on it when you come
Studs
in.
on. Studs on.
Studs on. Yeah.
Studs on.
Yeah.
You lose the deposit in the first 8 seconds. He doesn't give a fuck.
They've said I can hang some pictures and make it homey.
Oh, Jesus.
Make it homey, yeah. What picture's gonna go for?
Couple of mine. Couple of
Some Billy
Salah.
Connolly, some Billy Connolly art.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get some fine art. 100%.
What's fine art?
Just done with a really thin paintbrush.
Finn, could you... Finn, could you give the final ruling on these shoes? We've got two no's, 2 nays.
So it
2
definitely depends on the type of flooring. Carpet is a no.
Your house.
Yeah, but I
Shoes
have,
off at your house.
yeah, but I've got house Crocs.
Oh, you sexy fucker.
Yeah,
Oh, house crocs.
yeah, because
Do you know you can
Just
get a little
versatile.
toy for your Crocs that makes it look like the Loch Ness Monster is coming in and out of the holes?
so I've got the little toys on mine, but
Oh
I've
my
got
God. And they let you near kids yesterday.
yeah.
You big-fingered pedo.
I've got a guitar on one.
Oh, because you love guitar.
I do.
Oh, you're a
do.
musician.
Yeah.
He's got John Lennon's teeth on another bit.
Yep. And the other one is
So sinister.
the other one
They're
is
replicas.
Amsterdam houses. They're my Crocs.
Because you like drugs. Or you hate Anne Frank.
Both.
You love hidden Jews.
Yeah.
Right. What a lovely reference for your crocs,
Yeah.
innit?
I'll put a picture of them on Twitter. or
Oh,
something.
everyone wants that.
Yeah, I know.
Love it.
Can't wait. So yeah,
Bit of a character.
carpets, no shoes, wood floor, wear what you want. There you go.
It's what he lives by.
What I really like in the house, to be honest with you, especially if I'm settled, is me sliders but with no socks.
That's fine.
I don't like me feet being too hot, so just having socks on for some reason makes me feet too hot. So I don't like that. But also I've got wooden floor downstairs, laminate, so it's too cold to not have anything on.
Oh, you'd be Ferris Bueller in without the sliding around. Yeah.
So I've got North Face sliders, and they are my house webs.
I bought some cheap Alessi at the start of the lockdown. I bought some Diodora sliders because I wanted to go football Italia
Gary
90.
Neville?
Yeah, and they didn't last. They look really retro and cool. I just bought some Alessi ones thinking, oh, they're cheap. They've lasted fucking ages.
Yeah,
They're not cool.
fine.
Who's the best sliders? Is it Adidas? My
I love the North Face
brother-in-law claims Adidas is the one.
It's Adidas, the 3-stripe Adidas over the top.
Is the one, innit?
They're just like the go-to kind of one.
Right, okay, which are the because I'm about to purchase some sliders. What are the ones we should go for? What I should be avoiding? Because obviously I don't want to give off them.
sound too. Nike sound.
North,
Just don't get Crocs.
Right.
Like we can forgive Finn.
Alessi.
He's from real.
Yeah.
I don't know about Alessi, but if it's in the house,
No, I don't know about Alessi. I think they look a bit shit.
Prada.
Feeler?
Prada.
No, I'm not.
Feeler's worse than Alessi.
Is it?
Yeah, because Alessi has got like a retro thing now, whereas Feeler's always been shit.
All right. What about Sergio Ticini?
No,
Ooh, Sergio
unless
Geordie.
you're moving to St Helens.
What about Hummel?
Yeah.
There's an Everton fan saying, yeah.
All right.
They
Sponsored by Hummel.
made by Hummel. But no.
I think most are fine.
New Balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
North Face.
All right, cool. Well, I'll let you know.
But yeah, I think Adidas are just classics, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And you can go outside in them as well. Go to the ice cream van.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to the ice cream van, Dan?
I don't think we... Yeah.
You don't get one?
So I don't know if they've come down our street, really.
There's a gap in the ice cream van market in Sorgle, Chester.
Get on it.
It's just a lot of fucking boring constant. To be fair, there's loads of kids
Good
around now.
investment
They
in ice
do
cream
well.
van, you know.
Yeah.
It really is. Like you can make some... In fact, if there's genuinely a gap there, maybe for this summer we should buy one, and the new office manager should also be the office ice cream man.
Right. So we are thinking about taking on a sort of office manager, business manager, and I've got a list of things that I want them to do and what they need to be good at. And Adam is adding to it, and it's mental. I'm like, needs to be able to deal with advertisers, understand the leasing and how business rates work, and then interact with all of the sort of insurance companies. I was like, and I need cups of tea and hot chocolate.
That was Adam's only one. If I want
And also, do they know ice cream? Do they know the bell? And how much raspberry sauce do they put on? Is it too much? Because you can't have too much.
Adam's only prerequisite was if I want a cup of coffee, you'll make me one.
Yeah, I'm literally I'm trying to unload all of this admin. Adam's like, fucking coffee.
Coffee machines arrived, by the way, to my house.
Has it? Oh, shout out Sage.
We had an ice cream van that used to come around our way when I lived in Preston as a kid, and it was Robinson's. If you're from Preston, you'll know it was very fucking good ice cream. I used to love it. They used to stop right out of ours. I used to love is it the Knobbly Bobbly? Which is a little
No, like a block of glory.
No, a little cone, and it's got a chewing gum in the bottom, and you get a little
screwball.
Fuck, a screwball. Yeah, I love the screwball.
Belters.
We had Dave the drug dealer, our ice cream van.
Here we go.
It was on the side of the
Here
van.
we go, guys. Sorry, I was just doing childhood memories. Here we got fucking the lemo man came around. Ring, 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 ring. Bring
was a
out your
lemo
lemo debt.
Bring out your lemon.
Yeah, I remember seeing me cousin get a screwball and then shot 3 times in the face.
My ice cream van growing up was called Dave, and he sold drugs. And a lot of other stuff. I've definitely told you this before. He sold like fake Armani t-shirts, Prada tracksuits, ciggies.
Can I have 2 cones, 99s, and a 49-inch JVC flat screen? Thanks, Dave.
He boxed you one.
Yeah.
Did you have the lemon man though? Like I'm not taking the piss. Like the man who brought all the nice flavoured drinks round in the glass bottles.
Oh, you mean the ones where you like the Iron Brew and the Red Cola, and you used to get the money back? No, I don't think we had anyone that delivered those, but we had a newsagent that if you took your bottle back, was it 20p you got back?
20p back, yeah.
Ice cream.
This is so nice to be doing this nostalgia and not being called an old cunt because you remember it as well.
Oh no, I love that shit.
Right.
What was
Fucking Red Cola.
Ice cream
is so
soda.
fit.
The green one, was that ice cream soda?
That was my favourite one. But with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Oh, power.
Oh, I want some ice cream.
What a bevy.
But the green one had like a mad extra flavour to it that you just can't get with plain cream soda.
Yeah.
What? Green.
It was green soda.
It was bright green. And I don't mean like a lime green. I mean like a...
Toxic.
Yeah, like that Central Perk sign.
Yeah, proper.
Right? And if you put like a scoop or 2 of vanilla ice cream in it, and the green one just... It must have been like MSG or something in it, or a version of it. It's because I every now and then if I'm in a shop now and I'm feeling a bit sort of frisky and I don't want to go for a normal cherry Coke or Dr Pepper, I'll get one of the bars cream soda, which is clear. It is not the same thing. No, it's just not the same thing.
Nice. I like a cream soda though.
Like a tang to it. Like it was like electric.
All right, okay. Oh god, I love this nostalgia.
So good.
Did your ice cream van have like just ours had 20p penny sweet mix, 50p penny sweet mix, and it was just a little plastic bag, and they'd already pre-selected. Like, I fucking love a random penny sweet mix where you don't get to choose them, and like some of them are shit, but some of them are great.
I was a cola bottle and a snake man, mate.
Yeah, a yellow belly snake.
Maybe some cherries as well.
Oh, and the whips. What were the
the
strawberry licorice whips?
I thought you saw my church for a second there.
I went to C of E, mate. They were whipping no one. That was fucking great fun, guys. And then also, this is where I sound like a bit of a wrong'un, but I really did like the coconut. Was it the oyster with the marshmallow in? Which was such a mum fucking ice cream.
That was never for me. That. No. Did you ever have chocolate?
Oh, I get choc nib now.
Yeah, but did you ever have chocolate?
What's chocolate?
So you know, like the sweets bit of a newsagent where they put all in the big jars.
Yeah,
and it was just chocolate powder
dust.
Yeah. And you just used to literally just lick it.
Oh my god, yeah.
I get choc nib now.
And it would literally be the most dehydrating thing in the world.
Like
you were essentially just putting sandpaper down your neck, but chocolate sandpaper.
Like the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah. I used to eat a lot of that.
What was your go-to quarter? Cola cubes. Pear drop.
Oh,
Cola
fucking
cubes.
love cola cubes.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mate.
And they'd last for ages. So the bag would last for ages.
What was the one? Was it pear drops?
Pear drops.
Kind of like pear drops as well. And I also like rhubarb and custard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking horny for sweets, mate.
Maybe the new office manager has to provide.
Let's go home, Bargains in Runcorn. Like, they've got some fucking
The new
proper
office
sweets.
manager needs to be an ice cream sweet man as well, or woman.
Please let me get rid of these admin jobs that I don't want to do anymore. I'm going to get some weird fucking autistic office manager who's like, turns up in like red and white stripes, like, yes, I've done all the insurance. Here's a quarter of fucking cola cubes.
What a woman.
What a woman. Cola cubes. Oh, so good. When they were slightly soft in the middle. Guys, what is this? Is the fucking...
Cola cubes is what makes me settle. It's not sugar.
Give him a cola cube. Hey, any woman that's looking, you know, like got her eye on Adam, just know that's a trick. Come on. Eat from the palm. I bottled that then because I was like, oh shit, it's a public episode.
You say all the things you need to say. It's all good.
Lids.
Don't hesitate.
Let's get serious and talk about geopolitical topics. As we all know, that's what you're known for. So, as Vladimir Quadvod Putin is flexing his massive KGB cock over Ukraine and Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh, is instilling his one China policy over Taiwan, any day now we could have World War III. My question, mainly to Dan, as we all know Adam is checking his phone and would single-handedly twat both, his thoughts not ours. When you get called up for service, you get to choose which area to fight in. Are you going the freezing cold Ukraine front and fighting the Ruskies? They look pretty hard, to be fair. Or are you going a bit warmer, although probably getting wet, and helping Taiwan against China? However, we all know the Chinese army will be fucking mental, and if captured, you're defo getting Chinese water tortured and bummed. So, lads, who are you fighting for? Also, Carl's been a bit racist this year. Carl, we know you can twat a swan and kill a monkey with a sword. Easy. But who are you going for? All the best, guys. That's from Martin.
Can I just say, I'm not getting involved. Like, I'm not.
Listen.
I know it's horrible, and I know it's all awful and all that. But first of all, I don't think there is going to be World War III, because I think even America are like, we don't want that smoke. I think it's awful what's going on. What?
Is that Biden?
Is that Biden?
Was that Kamala Harris? Sleepy Joe. Can't wait the president. Kamala. What the fuck? What's up?
I'm not getting involved. Let them crack on. And if I am getting involved, I'm doing like Robert Williams in Good Morning Vietnam, and I'm doing podcasting. I'll podcast for the troops.
Good morning, Kiev.
Robert Williams.
What?
Robert Williams.
Rowe. Ben Williams. My surname's Adam. Rowe.
Oh, no. Just can't think.
Your surname is Adam Rowe.
Yeah, my name's Adam Rowe.
Just can't think of Robin Williams without feeling dead sad.
Who are you fighting for, though? You picking
He died wanking, didn't he?
Did he?
Was it an asphyxie wank gone wrong?
I think it was, yeah.
Was it?
I think so.
I thought it was overdose, like depression.
Well, if it wasn't, let's just let that swim around the internet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was an asphyxie wank. Which is still a suicide. It's still...
Would you try that?
I mean, if I got to that point, yeah, probably.
And
If my plane idea doesn't take off beforehand.
And would you keep your shoes on for it?
These ladders.
This is a little bit worrying what's going on with the whole... I don't know what's happened. China have been bullies for fucking years, but Russia does look like they are fucking getting moody for a bit of Ukraine. But I fucking hate both of them. I probably want to fight the Russians, but I'm a pussyhole for the cold, so I'll go China. Also, you can come back with some fucking nice cheap tops, can't you? Do you know what I mean? Dan, what was it like fighting the Chinese? Fucking nightmare, mate. The siege of Taiwan, absolute nightmare.
Got a 2002 Juventus top though. Look at this.
AC Milan 1996 third kit. Whoa.
I'd fight are the Ukrainians fighting the Russians?
Yeah.
I'd fight for them.
They're just getting invaded by them because they're
Shevchenko
fucking
top.
horrible bullies.
Let's have a Shevchenko top on.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the Prime Minister for a bit?
Yeah. And then he went to manage Genoa.
Yeah, bit weird, I don't know. I don't like any Russian footballers, so fuck them.
Not even Andrei Arshavin when he was amazing in 2008. Do you remember he scored 4 goals against Liverpool?
I remember that.
Fuck me, that kid was good. In that Euros, was it Euro 2008, where England weren't in it, and the Russians were quality, probably juiced off their fucking tits, the cheating little Rusky cunts. But Arshavin was an absolute fucking wizard.
Good play.
How are we talking about Andrei Arshavin after talking about cola cubes? If you want to sum up this podcast, you couldn't pick it. I wonder
In
what
the
the lads
middle
will
of
be
that was a geopolitical debate. That was the link between those two things.
Roman Pavlyuchenko, he was all right.
Roman Pavlyuchenko.
Tottenham striker.
He was all right, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He wasn't great, though, was he?
He's all right.
What about Billy Letdinov?
Diniar, great player. He's got
He was objectively was not a great
He
player.
scored
Was
some
it?
bangers against United, though.
Right.
Yeah. He was all right.
Where was Andrei Kanchelskis from?
He's round that area.
Is he Russian? He was great. Anyway,
Genuinely, would you join the fight? Let's say it kicks off, and the USA go, right, we're gonna have to have a word with China and Russia here. We're going to war. All our allies are joining us. It's happening, but it's not you've got to go. So you know how bad these two people are. You've been very vocal on this podcast for a long time about how much you hate them. And Boris turns up at your door.
I'll
Knocks on
fight
yours.
for Boris.
Right? And he's like, listen, Dan, lad, kicking off with Russia and China and that. And
Is this how they're doing national subscription door by door?
yeah, door to door. Yeah.
Kind
What are you saying? You're gonna stay here, hope for the best, or you're gonna go and scrap?
Can I still do Patreon? Can we still do Patreon exclusives? Where's Nightingale?
Do it on Zoom.
Yeah, it's Monday
Back
afternoon.
to Zoom.
The front line would be a good Patreon exclusive.
Basically, we're talking mega powers, and if it does get to World War status, there isn't going to be a front line.
We
There
could
isn't
do the
gonna be
Ghost on 3 and
soldiers. It's just going to be the red button, innit? It's back to the red button.
No, they can't. No one can ever press the red button because then we're all dead, and everybody knows that.
Well, if there's one cunt who'll think about it, it's Vladimir Quadvod Putin.
He won't though.
If he presses that button, he loses, doesn't he?
They're insane. I don't know, but I don't like the idea of the fucking freezing cold in Ukraine. Although, yeah,
I've just bought
they're
a
the
new
ones I
coat, I'll be
hate the
alright.
most. Yeah, you're getting ready for skiing. Oh, Adam worked out well. Yeah.
Fuck both of them.
Fuck both of them. Well, that was really political, guys. Well done. Yeah? Really good. I think we should feel proud of ourselves. Any conveyance solicitors that you want to shout out while we're talking about geopolitical stuff?
There's only one goat, and it's Joe Hughes.
Oh, right, cool. And also shout out Andrei Arshavin, who is now a conveyance solicitor in St. Petersburg.
Just so you know, I think the tactic with the Russia-China thing, because they're technically on the same side at the minute, isn't it? I think what we should do is get in early and sort of spread rumours. And like, so it gets back to Putin, like if China's been saying they're going to like break the back, then
Break the alliance.
yeah.
Right.
So then Putin's like, what? That fucking Chinese cunt over there, I'll fucking punch his head in. And you said it's the same to the Chinese people.
And you could say, oh, lad, I'm not going to repeat it, but what Putin just said about your ma there is no.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
say it because it's audible.
So
He
how-
said she's
so-
a dirty Chinese bitch and she loves taking cum in her ass.
Cum dumpster, he called her.
That's the rumour you're spreading. It's a subtle one, that, isn't it? You're going to learn. You're going to learn.
say it,
I didn't laugh.
You're going to learn the Mandarin for cum dumpster. Finn, could you bring up the Mandarin for cum dumpster?
Go on, what do you think it is, though?
I refuse to take that guess.
Right.
Right. Well, no, because you're just going to say cum dumpster in a really bad voice.
Exactly, so I'm not
Yeah,
going to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cum dumpster in Mandarin,
This
please.
is Chinese simplified. Yeah, you see it?
No.
Italian?
This is how we're ending this.
So is it spelled phonetically rather than with Chinese alphabet?
Yes.
Okay.
Kanji.
So it's Gilles Zhang.
Gillespie. Yeah, I've got some of them sliders as well.
Cum sliders.
Gilles Zhang.
I don't want fucking cum in your sliders, lad.
You could say cum dumpster now to a
G.
Chinese.
Lissy Shang. Your ma is a G. Lissy Shang.
I can't type. Your mother is a cum swallower. Oh, it's like, oh, ni mama shige tunjingze.
Oh, easy, Carl. Bloody hell. Just got demonetized in China. This is why the Chinese Premiership don't let people use the internet in China.
This.
Yeah. Your mother is a cum swallower. It's awful.
Yeah, because there's all the Chinese Premier League footballers, they were Googling this. And then they were like, no, too many people are Googling that.
I think Dan meant Premiership in terms of ruling power rather than...
I thought you meant the Chinese Premiership.
It's funny that you
I thought you meant like Oscar.
Don't let Anderson Talisca on the internet, mate.
Oscar and Yannick Carrasco.
Who's getting paid £78 million a year? All legit. All fair and above board.
Saudi Arabian League, Carl. Come on, you better.
You're doing a Geordie accent there. We've got a Geordie in today.
We have.
We have. Susan Segway.
Former Queen of the Jungle. And if you don't know what that reference is, there's a TV show called I'm a Celebrity in which the winner is called the King or Queen of the Jungle. She won it. She was the Queen of the Jungle.
2015.
Vicky Pattison is going to join us.
Oh, that's tremendous.
How weird.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Is that the cum dumpster in Mandarin?
It's in Geordie.
Oh, cool.
Your ma? How weird.
Let's have a break.
What's happening, lids? It's Adam here, our resident coffee smackhead here at Have a Word. We have got a brand new sponsor, Packed Coffee, an independent farmer to cup coffee company is sponsoring this podcast. I've tasted it. It's fucking amazing. I'm done with that Starbucks right now. I'm going independent. We're made up to have these on board, and we are going to be using this a lot. I say we, I mean me. He doesn't drink it.
Let me tell you why Packed Coffee is so good. They're an award-winning specialty coffee maker. They've won the Great Taste 2020 and 2021 award. It's better trade. They buy direct from farmers, which cuts out the supply chain, so they get a better price for their coffee beans. It's coffee so good that Packed have actually put their name on it. So every bag of coffee, they include the name of the farmer who grew it.
Imagine that. You can go to Packed Coffee and be like, listen, last time I ordered from you, you gave me a bit of Keith, a bit of Jeff, a bit of John. I like John. I want to drink John dry.
So it's a subscription and it's amazing. The flavors are phenomenal and you're going to love it. It's a subscription-based thing. So it's exactly how you want your coffee to be delivered to you. You get to decide. It's not your typical subscription that comes on the 1st of every month or every Wednesday. You can get coffee whenever you want, at whatever frequency you want, and you can pause, cancel, or change your plan anytime online. It's delivered through the letterbox, contactless delivery, letterbox-friendly packaging, genuinely gorgeous coffee. So this is the call to action.
The smell of it. Like just the smell of it.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
When you open a pack of Packed, you just get a whiff that is just unlike any other coffee I've whiffed before.
Make a pack to make better coffee. We'll help get you started with a free V60 kit, which is the amazing plastic. It's like it replaces the cafetiere.
It's fucking great.
And you get that free with your first order. Go to packedcoffee.com. That's PACT coffee.com. And this is the crucial bit. Enter the code WORD at checkout and get a free brewing kit with your order and get specialty coffee through your letterbox. Don't wait. Go to packcoffee.com and create your coffee subscription. Code is valid when you create a Packed Coffee plan.
The code is WORD. WORD. Use it. Get your free thing and the lovely coffee. It's fantastic coffee. And I mean that from the bottom of my stomach.
It's good stuff.
Welcome back to the Have a Word podcast with all of the greatest people in the world.
Now you're doing it. I did it in the first section.
Because I didn't want to not get to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, welcome back to Cunt FM.
Vicky's here!
Oh, hey!
Woo! Thanks for coming, Vicky.
Thanks for having us, lads.
No one's ever been so happy to come into a weird office space in Runcorn. Jimmy Carr slagged us off to fuck for the first 15 minutes. Vicky Pattison was like, hey, Snickers. It was fucking brilliant. I was like, yeah.
I've never seen anyone as excited as you to see a fridge. You're like, there's drinks!
Great.
I'm just very grateful to be here, lads. I watch this all the time on Instagram. So, like, being here in real life is kind of like what I imagine a 60-year-old woman feels like when she goes to, like, the cobbles of Coronation Street or something.
Right,
I'm having a very nice time.
Let's start doing tours.
It'd be a fucking short day. There's the fridge. There's the couch. And off you go.
This is the Snickers wrapper from the Vicky Pattison episode.
I've shoved it down here.
All right. That's a collector's item.
That's not the worst thing inside that couch. I I was thinking about this recently. You're talking about like older people and like they've got Corrie.
Yeah.
Like at some point, imagine we do this podcast for like 30 years, right?
I literally can't. Go on.
He will be 70.
Stop trying to make me 70, you.
Yeah, but we'll be
But
60.
there'll be old women who like love Have a Word. Like at some point there will be old people who love the fucking bollocks we put together and not like curly.
And they will be some dirty old bitches. I'm telling you that right now.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah. Fair enough. They will be, won't they?
Geordie
Come on.
again?
The women that are into Have a Word, when they get older, they're going to be some dirty girls at the bingo.
Nice one.
Is that good?
Yeah, that was quite a good.
He is
Geordie
quite good at
accent
it,
to
though.
be
Well, I
fair.
lived in Newcastle. It's a cheat, innit? It's cheating.
Where did you live?
Jesmond, like
Fuck
a twat.
off, you posh
Yeah. And then just near the Strawberry. Near, you know.
Right near the football
near,
ground?
Near the ground, yeah. On
It's a bit of a juxtaposition
Lisa's
there.
Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where about in Newcastle are you from?
Oh, I'm from somewhere quite rough.
Where are you from?
I was from Wallsend.
Wallsend. I had the bit about Wallsend.
Wallsend, yeah.
I had the bit about Wallsend. So rough that even the Romans didn't need to finish the wall.
Yeah, they fucked
They were like,
off,
fuck,
mate.
no one's getting through there.
I mean, we have.
I'm really loving the local. The amount of fucking primary school names I've heard about in Liverpool, like, yeah, that's absolutely valid. St. Mary, fucking Teresa, Magdalene, fucking Judy.
But heaven forbid we do 5 minutes on Wallsend.
Oh, that's all fucking know it.
I reckon the Geordie accent is the most done accent on this podcast. I reckon that's the one. You do it more than
Wow.
me. I do it a lot just walking around the house. I quite like just giving it a crack.
I think the problem there is we try and do the African accent as well, and you don't know the difference. Quite famously. For God need time. He's all mine.
Oh, yeah. What was that thing?
We're just checking the focus.
Okay.
She's very feety.
Yeah.
Would you like me to be less feety?
No, it's fine. We're making it work. Don't worry. Just trying to make sure the focus isn't on.
I think the main thing is we don't draw attention to it. Okay. Hey, Vicky, we edit nothing out.
I'm sorry.
You were telling us just before we started you lived in Liverpool.
Yeah, I lived here for 3 years. Well, not here, but Liverpool. When I went to uni.
What uni did you go to?
Liverpool John Moores.
Okay, the middle one.
Is there 3 different levels? Like
Well, Hope University's technically a university, but
more like a polytechnic.
no, well, John Moores is a polytechnic. Like Hope is.
Adult daycare. Well, there's a ball pill.
Yeah. There's a wacky warehouse in the
I was going to
university.
say I went to the wrong one. Okay, and then I'm assuming the proper one is Liverpool.
Uni Liverpool.
Yeah.
What did you study?
Drama, media, and cultural studies.
Okay.
So I feel like you could guess I was at a polytechnic from that.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
I don't think Cambridge offer that.
Harvard.
They're fucking lost.
Yeah, but they're the degrees when you're like 18 and you're like, right, what do you want to apply for? They're the ones that sound dead fun. Is it UCAS? When you're going
that's
through
the
all that
thought.
shit?
My mum gave us some advice. She said to me, like, do something at uni that you actually love. She went, because if you do something you don't like, she went, I'm not going to be over your shoulder making you go. I'm not going to be there and you just won't go. And she was like, a degree in something's better than a degree in note. Well, she didn't realise what I was going to get a degree in.
She was a wise lady, though. Because
she
I did
was.
politics and lasted 9 months. Same fucking reasoning. I wish I'd been doing something I really enjoyed. I did a subject and then no one was chasing me up and I just fucking quit. Did you do maths?
For a week.
No, we did the introductory to uni.
I never went to a single lecture.
No, you didn't do a uni.
I
you just-
enrolled on the maths course and after a week left
Where did
Not
you
for me.
enroll?
the University of Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
smug fuck.
You didn't go. You didn't go to it.
No, but I still got in. I still got the opportunity.
Right.
Oh, God,
I still
came.
asked the fittest girl to the dance, and then when she said yeah, I was like, go on your own.
Why would you ask her then?
just so I know that I could have danced.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just didn't bother picking her up.
Go on, you know.
You should have taken the hope to the dance. Oh, bless her. How was your 3 years in Liverpool? When are we talking here?
Oh, so long ago. So I'm 34. So do you want to do this, Mr. Maths?
16 years ago.
years.
Thank you. I'm no Carol Vorderman. Yeah, 16 years ago. So long. Shit, that actually is quite upsetting.
I would love you to replace, I was about to say Carol Vorderman, but Rachel on
Riley.
Countdown. That'd be great. Someone who can't do maths.
Yeah, but you'd be so happy to be here. Like, loads of fucking numbers. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, God, there's loads. Another letter. A letter.
You're making me sound really hopey right now.
Yeah, that's true. I'll wind in the hope.
Did you like Liverpool? Because I feel like Liverpool and Newcastle have an affinity with each other.
Yeah. No, I really agree. I literally did just want to pick somewhere that was going to be a good night out, you know. A little bit of my mum's advice, something I was going to enjoy. So Liverpool and Manchester and London, they were my only big choices. Leeds, I think, as well. But yeah, I was so pleased I got into Liverpool. I had the best fucking time. Like, we lived above the Flute on Hardman Street.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what a gaff.
We were in there about a month ago.
What, the Flute or above there? Because it's above there.
That's next door to Hot Water Comedy Club.
Is there really?
That's next door to the club you said before.
No,
Yeah.
such a small world, isn't it?
We were there a month ago.
So I
Mental.
literally used to go out all down that street.
Bumper?
Yeah, Bumper.
Fucking hell, that's
Is
mad,
Bumper
isn't it?
still there?
No, it's gone now.
Oh, honestly. Is the kebab shop still there? Across
Many.
from the Flute.
Yeah.
Shiraz or Mr. Kebab?
Shiraz? No, is it still there?
Yeah.
Fucking many a kebab in there.
I reckon I had 12 kebabs in December from Shiraz.
I love that place.
It's so sick.
Half of the reason I take work at Hot Water to have one of the best kebabs going.
It is an epic kebab. Oh,
Nabsies?
takes
Did
me
you go
back.
to Nabsies? Nabsies was next door.
No, I didn't
No.
think I went Nabsies.
That's quite new, isn't it?
There was this, hang on. Yeah, I just loved it all around there. And I used to work at the Cook Eye on Bold Street.
Okay.
Oh, and I just had the best time.
And this is all pre-TV stuff.
Yeah.
So you did your uni in Liverpool and then went back to Newcastle.
Yeah.
And that must have been roughly when Geordie Shore, and that started.
Yeah, pretty much. So I moved back to Newcastle after uni because I was just skint. And would you believe, even with my amazing degree, did not get offered a job. And then, yeah, me and a couple of my mates just started, who were in similar situations, didn't quite know what we wanted to do, started working in bars and nightclubs. And I was like I call it like the door whore, which is not very progressive. But yeah, if your name's not on the list, you're not getting in, that cow. So I did that in
Oh, they always love me. They always love a balding fucking 40-year-old.
Yeah, in
No,
trainers
love.
and a hoodie. Like, I can just see the reactions you
They
get.
all give the bouncer a hug.
What?
They all hug the bouncers. That kind of girl.
Yeah, I was that kind of girl. I probably still am that kind of girl, actually. I'm just doing a different job. So yeah, so that was what I did, and that's how I got found for doing Geordie Shore.
Okay.
So they just went around town and found some characters. It wasn't like a casting thing.
So essentially there was a process, yeah, but that's how they started. They sent like young producers out on nights out in Newcastle, and they sort of got them to have a look for who they thought would make good TV, you know, big personalities, fellas who are chatting up birds, drunk lasses.
Do you remember what happened that night? Do you remember the night where you were spotted?
They actually courted me for quite a while. Like they'd always come into like the clubs I was working and they'd be like, I'd get them a table and I'd get them like a cheap bottle of vodka and chat to them and stuff. And I sort of became a bit like that unofficial tour guide for Newcastle. They'd say like, where should we go on this night and where should we go on that night? And because I'd been going out since I was probably 13 and I was like 21 by this point, like I considered myself quite old hat. So I had all the info for them. And then it was like, oh, what's he like? And I'd be like, he talks a good game, but he can't pull a muscle. Fuck him off. Or like, what about her? And I'd be like, she guns out like a granny on ice skates. Get her. We just had a real laugh. And they used to say like,
Because you knew everyone.
yeah, well, Newcastle's tiny.
Imagine having 8 years of experience at 21 of like the city nightlife. 8 years in.
Why I look so haggard now.
The James Milner of clubbing. Just been around forever. Can play any role. That's quite good though.
Was it good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was kind of good. You're getting there, son. Yours is brilliant, obviously.
Thank you.
Is there a Geordie sentence I can try? How we?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, you can try that. That was crackers.
How we? I was crackers.
Crackhead! It was crackhead. Wait. It was crackhead.
Can you do Scouse? Because I think Scouse is so hard to do.
I can't do Scouse at all. My sister has this one line she uses, and I swear it was off Brookside, and it's something like Grace and Katie, and that's like the only thing I can like almost say.
That's actually quite good. That.
Yeah. The only thing I can do.
Grace and Katie.
Grace and Katie.
Yeah. Are you going that word? Grace and Katie. I can't even do that.
Grace and Katie.
Katie and Grace. My favourite. We've had a lot of questions. So we told our Patreon listeners that you were coming in today.
Okay.
Because you are
This makes me really scared.
No, it's good. It's sort of having a little peek behind the curtain, I suppose. So you are the fit. You've made the name for yourself, and you've now gone on to have this amazing career in TV, but through a lot of reality telly.
Aye.
Now, I was a friend of mine called, his name's Johnny. He's just ended up working in sort of the finance sector and stuff. But for a long time, he wanted to be an actor, and he took a reality TV job on a show on E4 that I'm not sure anyone else in this room will have ever heard of, but you might know of it.
Go on.
It was called Party House. Do you ever remember that?
No, I don't remember Party House.
They did
Sounds like something I would like, though.
It was
It sounds like Pat Sharp presents it.
One else.
Party house.
Pat Sharp's Party House.
I met him in Magaluf once.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pat Sharp.
Was he sound?
Yeah, he's all right. He's chatting up some young birds.
Hello, Pat Sharp's wife.
Sorry.
It won't be a fun house tonight.
This was years ago. I'm sure he wasn't married.
Well, obviously, reality TV to the viewer is always presented as this is exactly what happened here and then.
Yeah.
But we all know to an extent that there's a bit of nudging and pushing in certain directions.
Yeah.
One thing I found, so Johnny, my mate, Party House was essentially, I think they did like 6 episodes.
Is Johnny really fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like he's going to be fit.
Johnny, just from Johnny.
No, it's also he went on the reality TV show, and now he's in finance. Like, he just sounds like
He's
a
very
lovely bit of kid.
charismatic. He's
Is
very,
he?
very charismatic. Yeah.
He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. And he did stand up for a while, but he just never really committed to it.
It's not the name Johnny though, is it? It's more Johnny sounds fit. Like yeah, he got picked for a thing called Party House
Yeah.
and reality TV, and now he works. He's not like, I got a 2-2 from Hope. Like yeah, I get it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's the after things. It's not just the Johnny. Can I see a picture?
Of Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Will
He,
you be on
So really
Google,
help
won't
me
he?
visualize this story.
Got a screensaver.
he doesn't actually look totally dissimilar to Alfie Brown, who is my current screensaver.
Right, are we dropping it in?
There are no pictures on Google of Jonathan.
I've got one here.
There's old American men, but that doesn't know who he is.
I mean, this isn't the most flattering picture, but he's just a guy with a bit of nice hair and a beard, and his ear isn't as weird as it looks in that picture.
Let me have a
I
look.
feel like I'm trying to sell him to you.
He looks like a French artist. He's not the hipster.
Jeunesse Schumacher.
Oh, Jeunesse Schumacher. Okay,
I feel like he could kind of be like a substitute teacher who would come into your school and all the girls would fancy him, but it would be like a CLS thing, a circumstantial lowering of standards. I wouldn't fancy him in a bar.
Wouldn't fancy him in a bar. But
would
if he was giving you homework, you'd be like,
Yeah.
how weird.
Johnny, and then in a bar.
CLS.
How
Is that a thing? Yes, CLS.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term.
Circumstantial lowering of standards. Happens all the time, man.
I'm attracted to power.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Will you just stand for council and suck off a Lib Dem? For God's sake. You and power, man.
He's obsessed with powerful women.
Powerful women.
That's what he
Yeah.
finds attractive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
He's
Vicky
had a-
Pattison in that.
Yeah, no, not evil
I'm
women.
telling you, I fancy Prissy Patel more than I would if she worked in like the pound. That's a lie, actually. The pasty woman's powerful as well. Do you know what I mean? She can give you 2 for 1s and that. But like, I am more attracted to Priti Patel, the Home Secretary, than I am Priti Patel, the lorry
Homemaker.
driver.
Got to have a lot of power. And also, there's been an HGV driver shortage.
She could kill
Mainly because of Priti Patel. Fucking horrible cunt.
I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
brought her up.
power is. I will die on this hill on every episode it gets brought up. Power is attractive.
You've never met a hill you wouldn't die on, though. You haven't, like, there is, we're back to the thing, you can't have a Angela Merkel wank. It's just,
Would you shag Margaret Thatcher, or would you have shagged her?
I mean, she
Policies
I nearly
aside.
said something that even I would have recoiled at.
she fucked your whole city, so would you?
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But again, I would be more likely to shag Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister. Oh my God.
Delivered in milk.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? A powerful man is attractive, surely.
I feel like, yeah, don't get me wrong, but God, they come with loads of baggage and they get right on me tits.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if a powerful woman's different, but powerful men tend to come with like loads of ego and that needs stroked all the time and like dead competitive and I haven't got enough time for you. No, powerful men quite often just get
Adam, are
right
you?
on my
I don't think we'd get on.
You just described it.
Oh, shit. I'm a powerful man with an ego. And, yeah. That was so good. That was almost like we scripted it.
And he's called Adam.
Yeah. So, party house.
I think the CLS thing is, yeah, circumstantial lowering standards is a great theory. I think is absolutely right. If you're on a night out and the general standard is lower, everyone's standard lowers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're in a fucking holiday home and there's no one else there, do you know what I mean? It does. All of a sudden.
Yep.
So, in holiday home, I picture like
Kids.
You there with your aunties and that. Like,
If there's only aunties, you've got to fuck one of them. Is that what you're saying? Linda?
funny. Funny.
That was funny, Dan.
I've never seen her do that.
Funny.
Party house.
Party house. I think they did 6 episodes, and each episode was like a different story. And they were presenting it as like, oh, Johnny's sort of into these 2 girls and whatever, and what's gone on. And at the time, I was a bit naive towards reality TV, and I was like, so when I seen Johnny afterwards and stayed with him, I was like, it's mad that you were having that, and they filmed it all at the right time. And he was like, no, what actually happened was they found us as a group of mates, and they were like, is there any stories from your life that we could portray like this? And essentially what we seen in Party House had happened a year before.
All right.
So that's sort of how they approached it. And a lot of our listeners today, we put a feeler out to be like, Vicky's coming in. Have you got any questions? Because you're the first person from reality TV that we've had in the studio.
Yep.
And they wanted to know, how much is it nudged and how much is it
Genuinely authentic. So I can only speak for like the ones I've done. And fair enough, there have been a few, but I don't know, like in your Towies and your Made in Chelsea's and stuff.
They're way more manufactured,
Yeah,
aren't
I
they?
kind of like, I was
The bar
implying
scenes.
that. Oh, fuck me. Like, I never run into anyone walking down the street ever. And Made in Chelsea, you kind of gone anywhere without running into some cunt. Can you?
Jasper! Every fucking...
Epiphany. So no, I think...
Do you remember Desperate Housewives?
yes!
Well, I was the bartender in one of them scenes, and there was 2 people who were dating, and they met at the bar. As in, they walked in and went, oh, hi, Adam. It was Layla and another one. But they were having a big relationship issue, but they just met.
Park the 4x4. You winning an episode of reality TV.
Yeah, in Zelix.
I
I thought you knew that.
I really liked that show.
Did you?
Putting that out there, and I feel like they missed a trick not making more of it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Liverpool's are very, like, Geordie's very parochial and, like, they get behind their own. That would have absolutely been massive. I think...
Also, it was good wordplay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Desperate Scouse
I
was
like
good.
But I think it got sort of a slagging from within Liverpool, because I think a lot of Scousers were like, we don't want to be represented by the stories that were in, like, episode 1. People were like, this is what people think we are, and we don't want... we're not.
And they weren't really Scousers, were they?
No, they're from
the-
round here.
Wasn't
Wasn't
the
that Layla Irish?
Yeah. It wasn't like
fan.
local Scousers. Like, whereas Geordie Shore's local Geordies.
I see.
It's
That's a
food from
common-
Teesside, though.
That's a common misconception.
Oh, really?
So I was the only real Geordie there.
Chris Ramsey used to do a joke about it, that, like, a chunk of the girls were from South Shields, and he refuses to believe that Newcastle are having to outsource their slags. That was one of his jokes for a while. That's literally what one of
I
his...
fucking liked Chris Ramsey as well. What an asshole. His bird's funnier than him anyway.
Clip.
Big shout out, Rosie! Who we'll never work with. See you on tour, Chris.
Chris
So-
knows, I think that.
The shows you did, so
Yeah.
we're talking Geordie Shore and I'm a Celeb
Ex on the Beach.
Ex on the Beach. They were a lot less nudged.
So yeah, basically the reason I think that is because we had, so if you put a group of people who've got strong personalities into a house and film them 24 hours a day, like there is, and you give them quite a lot of alcohol, there's going to be drama.
Yeah.
So it's easier, you know, like things like Made in Chelsea and Towie, they were having to kind of like catch up with their everyday lives, and they would miss stuff that when it wasn't on camera. But if you're filming 24 hours a day, you don't miss stuff.
Yeah.
So ours was, and I'd love to go, God, yeah, I got made to do that, and I got made to kiss him, and I got made to say that, but I didn't. It happened, you know, for quite a lot of it. And there was a little bit of manipulation. And elements of it were contrived, but no, predominantly we were just a group of very young, quite impressionable, excited people who were drunk a lot. And of course, like, you're going to kiss people you shouldn't, and you're going to row and all the rest of it. So as the series drew on, and we'd known each other longer, and there was less organic fireworks and fun, yes, slightly more nudging was needed. But in the early days, God, honestly, yeah, it was.
So you and OG, you're like you're absolute OG Geordie Shore. So did they
First
bring?
person ever to walk into the house,
Right.
you know. I don't know why I'm weirdly proud of that. I have won the jungle as well. That's something more to be proud of.
That must have been amazing. Because as much as like we all like to pretend, and your Instagram's great for this. So we've followed each other on Instagram since we did another podcast together. And your Instagram is a really good, honest reflection of what social media is, where you're like, here's the picture that I really like of myself. And here's also what I look like on the same day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm still taking the pictures and editing them, because we all we want the likes, we want the comments, and we want that stuff. And there's surely the ultimate version of social media, we all like you, is the entire nation voting for you to win the biggest show on British telly.
It was very validating. Yeah, no, I think we all watch it, don't we? Like, even if you don't like watch it religiously, like it's such a big British institution in terms of TV. And yeah, like it's just, honestly, lads, it was just fucking class. Like, I remember wanting to do it for years, but wouldn't consider touching anyone from Geordie Shore, you know. And eventually, I think, like, they just expanded their horizons a bit, and we wore them down. And I met with them, and answered all the questions. And, like, you know, when you smash an interview and you just think, like, when you walk out, you can sort of think to yourself, if you don't want me after that, then you don't want Vicky Pattison, and that's okay. But, like, I couldn't have done any better of a job of representing myself. And when they rang, I was so happy. And I honestly just thought, like, I'll be straight out. No one's going to like me, and I get it, and everyone's going to think I'm something I'm not. And honestly, within, like, the first 24 hours, like, I was the favourite to win. And I stayed that way the whole way through. And I just had the nicest, like, more than that, I just had the nicest time. Like, everyone was lovely. And even when people were rowing, I was like, fucking hell. What?
When
Like,
you said the word lovely then, you went dead scouse.
Yeah.
Everyone was lovely. That was really strange.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on that then?
Yeah.
must just be like the influence.
Yeah, I couldn't let that slide.
Could you see people struggling to be because you were just yourself?
Yeah.
Did you find it easy to just? I suppose Geordie Shore must have helped there because you've got famous just being yourself and like going out, being drunk, and then just letting it all ride. Was that easy when it got to the jungle?
So I think that's why, yes, exactly. That's a great observation. Like loads, I think that's why they've pulled away from reality TV stars on these type of shows, because we do. We've been training for it, you know, for ages. Like we are just ourselves, but actors and like sports stars and like, you know, people like that. They've probably been trying to put their best foot forward always, or playing someone else.
Yeah.
So when they're told to just strip it all back and just be them, like potentially they're not that interesting, or like,
or they're a dick.
Yeah, maybe, you know, or they just aren't that entertaining. So it's a tough
Goonie. You're like, what? It's not even that they're offensive sometimes, but you're like, why is Amir Khan coming off as a goon? Like, I quite like him, but you're like, just watching it going, God, just hard to watch. Just like really not relaxed in his own sort of.
But they're also never going to win a show like that. I think that's probably why you've won, is you can tell from 30 seconds of you being in this room that there's no second Vicky Pattison. Do you know what I mean? And people want genuine. And even if you get wound up on I'm a celeb, but the public can be like, oh yeah, I'd be fuming with that. It's when you're being a dick and you're being like, oh, I know everyone else has done all the stars, but I'm not fucking eating a squirrel's arsehole, so everyone can just have beans.
Squirrel in the jungle.
Where is your jungle?
The old
Delamere Forest.
which is actually not that far from where I'm a Celebrity is now.
Did you do any trials?
Yeah, I did loads. I did the most my year.
Wow. What was your favourite one?
So I drank blended camel penis called Schlong Island iced tea.
Nice.
We can save that. The Pashas on a shot.
Yeah. We're thinking about opening a cocktail bar that will get shut down instantly. But we're leading with that.
That will
definitely.
do well.
Yeah.
It's very grainy.
Long Island iced tea.
Schlong. Yeah, but that was quite easy. And then like I did some really fun.
Quite easy.
Oh mate, I've had fucking worse things in my mouth.
Por exemple.
You've all seen Geordie Shore. So no, we just had, and then what else? There was really fun ones. I think there's this one. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Did I move your
Keep
mic?
going.
It's
Oh,
fine.
good.
Carl's very precious about where his mic is.
It's fine.
So there's this big one that was like a giant advent calendar, and I think I liked this one so much because it was like a real personal like win, and like they told us beforehand they were like, it's 50 degrees today, like don't even try and get all them stars. And it was 9, I think there was 9 of us left, and it was like a red rag to a bull, that, because I just remember thinking like, don't fucking tell me what to do. Like, I'm here to win this. Like, I'm here to change everyone's perceptions of me, prove I'm strong and brave and a team player and everything. Like, I'm getting them 9 stars. And like slipping along the wooden slats, like I literally got like burns because I was going so fast and it was so fucking hot. But I got the 9 stars. And like, I just remember feeling afterwards like, well, yes, it was a bit motivated out of spite. I remember thinking, ha! But also I just remember thinking like, fucking hell, no one thought I could do that, and I did it. And I think that's what the jungle is. Like challenging people's perceptions of you, and also like proving to yourself you're capable. For so long, like I believed all the things everyone said about us on Geordie Shore, that I was a slag. Or like that I was like, you know, a scumbag or a monster or a drunk or I was portraying the whole region badly. But I got that moment on I'm a Celeb to change people's opinions, and I think that's why it was special.
I get that when I get up before 9 a.m. That exact same feeling you've just been describing. If I get up at like 9:15, I'm like, do you know what? No one thought I could do that.
This is my whole region.
When do you ever get up at 9:15? Except for a plane or a
Tuesday in
train.
April last year.
The game changer.
I've been getting up quite early. I've been back in the gym.
Fuck off.
I have.
Vicky, what time do you get out of bed?
7:15.
Why?
Right.
What is there to do at 7:15 in the morning?
I've got a huge Labrador puppy having and Milo's an early riser. So if I get out of bed, like today was 7:15, but anything after about 6:30 is an absolute personal win.
I just can't do that.
He's just torture, guys. He just jumps on us till I wake up.
Right.
You've got no choice, lad.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But I've got no dogs to wake me up. He thinks he's getting
I
up
thought
at
you had
7.
dogs.
Yeah, but they're downstairs.
Oh, all right, cool.
You have dogs.
I don't have
Shall I
dogs.
have them?
I don't have dogs to wake me up. But you've got dogs. Yeah.
I've got 2 puppies, actually, but
What
they
have you
don't.
got?
2 cavapoos.
I bet they're lush.
Toy
How come they
cats.
sleep downstairs?
Because
No
Carl's
judgment here,
mean.
but
So they don't wake me up. No, they sleep.
Have you tried that?
you just don't deserve dogs.
They sleep downstairs, and then when I come down, they're awake, and we have food. And
Does your dog have the entire run of the house
Yeah.
at all times?
He's like an absolute spoilt brat. And I know even as these words leave me lips, like shouldn't be proud of it, but like he was a rescue dog. And like I adore Milo so much, and I just don't know what his life was like before he got me. So I intend to like live every day and make up for it. So he has very few boundaries. He absolutely dominates my life.
don't you have a dog bathroom in your house?
Yeah, babe, we're building a dog
Mate.
shower.
A dog
What?
shower?
Your dog's won the fucking Euro Millions. He must like talk to other dogs like, lad, it's fucking amazing. It used to be shit, and then she came along. I've got my own fucking ensuite.
What do you think? Oh, I would love to know what his voice would sound like. I think he's Eastern European.
Adam can do that.
And what would that sound like?
Why?
Well, that's where he got rescued from, like Romania or somewhere. So I feel like he'd be, whenever he doesn't listen to me.
My old dog was like that.
Yeah?
Hungarian. She was rescued from Hungary.
Yeah, so whenever what's going on?
Like there isn't a fucking dog pound near you. Where did you rescue your dog from? Transylvania. Yeah. Got a fucking vampire dog. You could gone down the bottom of the road. Nah.
No,
Don't need a local dog.
There's charities because in Eastern Europe, it's illegal here. In Eastern Europe, there are kill shelters. So dogs are sort of found on the streets or wherever or abandoned, and they're put into these shelters, and it is essentially, if someone doesn't rescue this dog, it's getting fucking, it's getting on the suicide slide into the quarry, right? So they let it have one last bit of fun, right?
The one-way kennel.
Yeah. So when I was with my ex-girlfriend and we wanted a dog, and she was a very conscientious person, she was like, we're rescuing, and I've found out about this kill shelter stuff, so we're getting a kill shelter Hungarian dog.
This episode is sponsored by Romanian Kill Shelters. Use code SAVEFUCKINGREX to get a free Eastern European dog. Like, thank you so much. It is shit in Romania.
Yeah.
Can I have my own bathroom, please?
That's what I think he sounds like. Milo. That is exactly what.
Vicky, thank you so much for the hospitality.
Yeah, when he doesn't pay attention to his in me Geordie accent, I go, Mr. Milosh, like that. And then he pays attention. Because I think he didn't understand us before.
Mr. Milos? What? Mr. Milos. Oh, you want me? Cool. Where are we going?
Fucking brilliant.
Was it flown over for you?
No, so it was getting illegally smuggled into the country. Which, like, who doesn't want to pay for their dogs, man? You know what I mean? Like, so obviously somebody didn't want to pay for this lab, and they were smuggling him in, and him and his brother and sister, and then they obviously ran into a bit of. I mean, I'm completely creating this story. Like, this is, I didn't know this, but then they got stopped at customs, and I'm assuming they just ran off.
Yeah.
Because then they just found these 3 puppies in the back of a van. So this is what I think has happened. I mean, I don't imagine anyone would just drive them to the border and leave them there for any other reason. So yeah, so these 3 baby puppies got found, and then they rang the Dogs Trust, and the Dogs Trust come and get them, and then they rehomed them.
Nice.
So that's how Milo met me.
Oh, that's really nice.
See, my one was shipped in.
All right, FedEx.
So
Not Hermes. Jesus Christ. The dog's been through enough to get booted
over the roof,
drop kicked by some Hermes. Like, go fuck yourself. Your life is not better than mine.
So yeah, you went on the website and was like, yeah, I'll have this one. And then they fly it in, and it initially went to a house in Warrington, and that's where we picked it up from.
Sounds like cocaine. Got it through border control. Went to pick it up in a house in Warrington. They had guns. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You had to pay a nominal fee. Like, you essentially had to pay for that Warrington woman to foster the dog for a week. Yeah.
Right.
I think it was like 120 quid.
Did they fly loads of them over at once?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Just
think
one private jet per dog, I think.
one dog at a time.
That's how I would expect Milo to travel.
John the fucking pilot's just waiting there. Just like, hope I get a job today. It's like an Uber driver. It's like, got one, John. This one's going to Warrington, lad. It's a Cocker Spaniel. There you go. We are going to need to get this Rottweiler over tomorrow, so quick, back there as you can.
Jesus. I didn't know any of this, guys. I thought you just fucking went to
Yeah,
your
Eastern
local shelter.
Europeans are horrible to dogs.
That's
Fact.
Fact.
not as
Adam's
horrible as
book.
the Chinese.
Huh?
Not as horrible as
Well,
the
that's a
Chinese.
different level, isn't it?
They scran them, didn't they?
Isn't that Korea?
Why they scran them there and all.
No, they have a dog meat festival in China.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Festival.
This episode is also sponsored by Chinese Dog Meat Festival.
Am I making this really sad? Do people like?
You
Can I
got
have
big
this?
Snickers.
Comfort food.
I need to. I'm feeling
You're not
upset.
the same without the Snickers.
Yeah. Oh,
Not you when you're hungry.
just thinking about all the doggies.
I did my own version.
Oh, I'm really enjoying this.
Oh, should we have a...
Do you need a snack break?
No.
Just having one.
Just feel sad for all the East European Chinese
I'd
dogs.
take them all if I could, you know.
all of them.
All of them.
All of
Yeah,
them.
all of them.
How many have you just got the one?
Just Milo at the moment. Yeah.
How many do you think you'll have? What will be your limit of dogs?
My goal is to get really rich and go back to Newcastle where house prices are cheaper and build a massive house and fill it with loads of dogs. And I actually quite like llamas as well. You've seen them bombing about. Everyone's getting them now.
How is this not being made into a TV show? Vicky Pattison's big mad as fuck doghouse.
Was there 3 llamas
Just
aboard
on
it? Just ran off into a van.
literally on the quayside. You just pan over, you see the Sage and the Baltic and the fucking Vicky Pattison's house. Can't get the fucking sleep.
Full of llamas.
What sound does a llama make? No, it doesn't.
They spit, don't they, as well, llamas? Llamas are spitters.
Yeah, they are top spitters.
Top spitters.
Top spitters.
Top trumps. Top trump llamas.
Get yourself a llama then.
I would love a llama. Do you ride them?
You can do whatever you want if it's yours.
You can if you're really rich. Just you in the middle of Newcastle riding a llama. She's changed. Spit on them with your army of East European dogs. She is a leader. She is a queen.
This is my goal in life now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I came here today.
So dogs, llamas, any other animal to add to that?
I like those. What about the pigs? The little fat fucking. What are they called?
Micro pigs.
What are they called?
Micro pigs.
No, the little fat ones. They look like they've been on. No.
Big
Warthogs.
Pigs. Do you think I was mispronouncing? I was saying pigs, and you were like, "What do you mean pugs?"
Warthogs.
No, what do I mean?
Hippos.
Pogs.
Pugs.
Porcupines.
Yeah, I meant porcupines. Yeah, that type of pig.
Pags.
Pot-bellied
Pot-bellied.
pigs. Hey, there you go. Snacked.
You want a pot-bellied pig?
I like them. They're little fun fuckers, aren't they? Quite good house pets, apparently, a pot-bellied pig.
Says who?
Says the National Pot-bellied Pig Society.
It is in their interest, though.
Yeah, to be fair.
To be fair, they have got a dog in the race.
Today's episode brought to you by
Society. I need to unsubscribe from their mailing list. Get loads of spam.
Get one a week. Dan, they're still good, you know. You don't want to get one.
Can we have a break?
Yeah, I need a little break, to be honest.
Spam joke was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to let you know about our lead sponsor, Manscaped.com, the best in below-the-belt men's grooming. Join the over 4 million men worldwide using men's below-the-belt grooming from Manscaped, and Valentine's Day is coming up. I've got a little bit of opposition here. I reckon we need a new national holiday. I think February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, should become national, in fact, no, worldwide Shave Your Balls Day. Because let's be truly honest, Valentine's Day, all the bells and whistles of it is for the woman. All a man wants is to get sucked off. And that is only really going to happen if he's got a nice trimmed pubic region.
So you need the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 with the amazing Lawnmower 4.0, which is honestly one of the best bits of kit. We got sent them when Manscaped became a sponsor. They're a phenomenal bit of kit. You don't get nicked. You've got a little light on it. It runs forever. You can use it in the shower. You've also got the weed whacker for your nose hair, because ladies do not like a hairy fucking nose. You also get extra gifts. There's like a shed travel bag, which was really nice. Anti-chafe, like, what are these? Like boxers by Manscaped.
The boxers are amazing. I actually personally love the ball deodorant and the toner as well.
And they've smelled better ever since you started
My
using
balls smell fucking lovely, mate.
Well, no, the guests comment.
Look, treat your missus to getting you one of these shavers. Your dick will look better. Your dick will look bigger. And honestly, she's going to want to touch it more, because no one wants to touch a messy little pubic region. You've got like leftover cum in it.
Oh,
It's not
God.
good.
God, no. Really? Is that an issue? Is that the issue? Go to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping with the code WORD20. What's the code, Adam?
The code is WORD20. Shave your balls. Make your woman think you're great.
Come in your pubes, eh? Problem.
Sometimes.
Have a wash first, yeah?
There's only so much shampoo can do.
Yeah. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. Hack away.
It is actually the best thing I own.
It is. 100%. Hey, we're back. Hey! Because we're doing a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Hey.
Part 4.
Part 4. Hang on. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Fucking numbers. We
never
have,
leaves you.
We have.
feel like Alan Stubbs playing a charity game there. Still got it.
We've got a would you rather.
Alan, stop.
This is what we built this house on. Absolute nonsense.
Okay.
From Daniel Johnstone, who's not the OG Dan Johnson. John Stone. Hello, Liz. Just a little would you rather. Would you rather sing every time you talked, or danced every time you walked? Keep
Oh.
up the good work, Lid. And P.S. This isn't the OG Dan Johnson. Yeah, bruv. So you've got to do one. You can't be like, I just want to do neither. Not art, it's silly.
I actually would defos rather dance everywhere I went. I feel like that's so cool.
I feel like you do that anyway.
Yeah, I'm really happy. So
You
I do
ran to
kinda
the toilet before.
Yeah, I scared you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really needed a wee. But I skip a lot, and I don't feel like dancing's just a bit of an extension from that. But fucking honestly, nobody wants to hear this sing. So I think I'll be doing the world a favour by picking the dance option.
Right.
When you ran to the toilet before, I was praying, because obviously, as our regular listeners know, and anyone who's tuning in today for the first time because of Vicky, first of all, welcome to the bullshit bus, and thank you. We are on an office block, essentially, in a science research centre in Runcorn. And
Different.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
I-
cheap.
I would have loved for someone in this office to have opened the door and seen you running past and gone back into the office and being like, Dave, just to let you know, the Queen of the Jungle, Vicky Pattison, she's just sprinting up and down the hallway.
Do you want to go home, babe? You said today.
No, she is out there. She's out there right now. And then she looks and you've just Kaiser Soze. You've just completely gone. And, no, she was there before, swear to God.
I remembered a similar question when I was a listener of Have a Word rather than a member of the worst places that you would have to dance. And one of them was being a pallbearer.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you think about it,
You're going to like, hey.
but then
I
it's
didn't think nobody's ever picking.
but then
me
it's
to
the
do
gif in it. That's fine.
Yeah, but
we've seen
that
it
only
done.
works if you're all doing it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't have you crying Uncle Paul and you're like, come on, Uncle Paul. It's the cha-cha.
Where else is the worst place to have to
Pallbearer.
dance?
that.
If you have to walk, where's the worst place to dance?
So down the aisle, standard. You just look dead happy to finally be getting married.
Fine.
Fine. On the moon, you know, literally. I just put walk in my head, and my stupid fucking head came with moonwalk.
What happens if you're a porter in a mortuary?
That'd be quite crap.
Yeah, because
Well, they don't know. They don't know.
Oh yes.
If you're a heart surgeon.
Well,
Dancing around the table.
Yeah.
no, you're not walking though, are you?
What?
You
They're
stood
mostly
there
just
doing the thing,
standing.
Yeah.
and then be like, scalpel.
Oh, so you're not just constantly dancing?
I know it's just when you walk.
See, I thought with that one, I'd just be here right now being like, so to have Vicky here, we're all having fun.
No. Just when you walk, you've got to dance.
Right. I don't think I'm taking the singing one, to be honest with you.
Why?
Oh, don't.
Why?
Why
have
not?
Hi ho.
Where's
Let the people say, look at me there. Oh.
Where's the worst place to sing then?
On this podcast,
You had to sing
he's
all
proved
the
that many a time.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's really a bad place to sing, is there?
It is. Eulogy.
What about like a really important meeting, like where you got to like everyone think you've got to be serious and you got to smash it?
I'm in them all the
Have
time.
you seen our job?
Okay, I'm trying to think.
A eulogy's fine because you just, instead of, you just go, you just sing a hymn.
What if you rap it though?
What?
What if you
But I
rap?
wouldn't. That's not the question.
I'm trying to make
Like
it
a
harder.
eulogy you could easily sing. That's actually quite an easy one to get away with because you just go up and even easier if her name's Grace.
Oh, Grease!
No.
No, Amazing Grace. You
Oh,
don't-
amazing, Grace. Yeah.
Grace and Katie.
Grace and Katie.
Let him do his own jokes, is that what you're saying? Yeah. Do you know what would be good is hearing the audio of Adam singing his Chinese order when he was hungover. I would like some salt and pepper chicken. Be brilliant. That would be so painful. Tears. Oh, and some swami.
Shumai?
Swami. What are they called?
Shumai?
A shumai.
What a shumai?
What's a shumai?
Mad.
Thank you.
What is a shumai?
It's a made-up Scouse Chinese food.
It's just a
What's the origin of the shumai? Me auntie fucking barrel. That's it.
What is a shumai?
It's a pork dumpling that's been either steamed or fried. Better if they're fried.
Have you Googled it?
Have I Googled it?
Yeah.
He's
You want me
eating
to?
it.
Do you
But
wanna-
I
exist?
just think like if you Google it, you'll know if it truly exists.
Is
or
the
if
telly
it's
on?
just,
No, I know it exists because I've ordered it in a
Yeah, but
Chinese
I mean,
restaurant.
Like, is it
No, the telly isn't on, put it on.
legitimately-
Where's the remote?
It's
How
in
would
front
you
of you.
spell a shumai?
Siumai.
It's actually.
How'd you sing it?
Siumai.
Shumai, motherfucker.
Let's just go on images.
Look, there they are.
Oh, there you go.
Vicky.
Shumai, mate. Chinese
What does the
thing.
name shumai mean? Oh,
Shumai.
it means soft as well, in case anyone was
There
wondering.
you go.
It is traditional Cancer disease.
Cancer disease.
Oh, is that what it says, Adam? Canterzies, yeah. It's near Anfield, Canterzies.
That's definitely not how you spelt it either. Shumai.
I've never spelled with a H.
No. I think there's multiple translations.
What the fuck? A shumai is an absolute stonker of a scram.
Oh, they look lovely. I've actually had those. I just didn't know they were called shumais.
No one else did either. Don't worry about it.
In parts of the country, they call them porky dump dumps.
Or parts?
Oh, can I get 2 portions of pokey dum dums? Do you do Tizer? Oh, fucking Tizer. We're going down nostalgia here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Tizer's a
Oh,
baby.
mate. 90s pops.
Yeah, I think I'm singing. I don't think there's a bad time to sing. I
This
think
whole
you can-
podcast, you stand up.
What?
How would you do? You're a...
Just be a musical comedian?
No, no, you wouldn't.
Why not?
Because you hate being a music. You hate musical comedy.
Yeah, I
You
know.
couldn't do it.
No, but I'd be an original, wouldn't
you're
I?
literally
I
one of
hate parody songs.
You're one of the best comics in the country. Why would you ruin it by going, has anybody noticed?
Because otherwise I've got to do the fucking Charleston on the way to the stage.
Yeah, and then stand still.
No, just fucking Adam loves gigging. Do, 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 do. Hi, normal comedy, normal comedy, normal comedy. Hey, it's easy.
Yeah, you're not thought this through, have you?
Oh, dear.
Oh, Adam, you've made such a schoolboy error.
Cheers.
That just right there. You should never sing.
But Vicky doesn't like being wrong. He wants to die on this Adam Hills, right? So he's like, no.
He's just been proved wrong, and then he asked me what it was.
Go on,
Adam.
go on, admit it. Admit it. Admit it, you'd rather dance walk.
No, I don't think I would. I honestly don't think I would.
Oh, Adam, come on, let him bang his gavel on the thing.
Thank you, Vicky.
You're welcome, pal.
Hey! And I'll call this on you. We've got some advice. We need... What?
Agony Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
You can't hear the song.
we got to a point, Vicky, where the listeners, they've been writing in for advice for a long time, but they just got to the point where they were like, we don't want to hear from Dan because he's full of shit. So we changed it to Agony Adam.
No, so what we did is I came up with a feature and was generous enough to call it Agony Adam. And I got this music made. Cheers, Harry. Right, this one's nobody. Needs to be anonymous. All the good ones do.
Okay.
Although I would like everyone's input on this too. For context, I'm 32, in pretty good shape physically, six pack abs, etc.
Is that wrong?
Very well endowed and not too bad looking generally. Fuck off, mate. I was recently propositioned on Tinder by a couple asking me to cook the husband. This isn't something I'd ever considered before or even thought I'd like, but entertained the idea for a laugh initially. After a bit of discussion and some very naughty pics of the wife, talking 100% MILF, I started to come round to the idea. This is where it gets weird. The husband then messaged me privately and asked if I'd be interested in dominating him. Basically, wants me to show off to him and talk down to him and say all the things that I could do to his wife that he couldn't, and basically kind of just cook him without her being there. He also asked if I would wear a pair of boxers for 24 hours straight and then let him sniff them. I'm sure. Right, okay. So he basically wants humiliating by an alpha male type. Obviously, my answer was a straight up no chance. I only want to fuck your wife, and the most involvement from you would be literally to watch, as initially discussed. To which he has now offered me £500 to do the stuff just for him, and then I get to fuck his wife after too. So, should I just do it for the money? And what would the lids do in this situation?
Do it for the fucking love of the game, mate. Never mind the money.
Do it for the story. Do it for the gram. Come on.
I'm not being funny, but this is a fucking phenomenal opportunity.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think it was a phenomenal opportunity until the middle bit that was horrible.
This fella gets off from being humiliated, and who doesn't want to exert their power?
Oh, God.
Even she's pissed off at it.
Fuck now, Adam. Been in run con 45 minutes, man.
Adam there going, go on, don't give him planning permission. Right. So I get the wife thing. You get to go and bang 100% MILF. But this husband stuff is fucking weird. Where you have to be like, oh, you're all right, little dick Fucker.
Smelly bills and that as well.
Sniff my knickers.
Hey,
Nah.
You're like little dick.
And then you're like, "Are we done here? Do you feel like shit? I'm off to bang your wife. Can we just cut that bit out?" He's like, £500, master. You're like, "Oh, it put me right off."
Would they?
I haven't got a clue what you're... do you know what? Genuinely, if you're not going to do this, tell them to get in touch with me.
I don't know if... Sorry, this is really mean, but like based on the stuff he said beforehand, I don't know if you're his
Fit the bill.
demographic.
All right, let me just go back, Vicky. 6-pack abs, etc. Well endowed and not too bad looking generally.
Give me 6 weeks.
An ab a week.
Yeah. I reckon I can do this.
For 500 quid? Fuck that.
As long as I can film it and put it on Patreon, 100%.
Yeah, we just get willing.
I'll blur his face out. Unless he wants to be in it.
He would.
So what you
And I'll make him
saying?
the thumbnail.
What you say? Just give him a taster to the camera.
What?
Let him know because he's about to pay 500 quid. This cook. What kind of thing are you going to say to him, Adam? Let him know. Don't me. Just look down the camera. This is an advert. This is like naughty Tinder. Go on, you
What's
tell.
his name?
He's
Nathan. Listen, Nathan, you pathetic piece of shit. Get on your knees and clean that carpet with your teeth.
Nibble the carpet. Bite that carpet.
Hoover that carpet. Go on. Get
know-
down there.
Do you know for 250 I'll come along as well and be like the hype man? Yeah, fucking nibble that carpet. Hoover that with your fucking mouth, you bitch.
I'll 100% do this.
I'd 100% be there as well. I'm 250.
What else are you saying?
I'm
You
not
basically
coming.
said clean the floor. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's pretty much all he needs, I think.
Yeah. And you know what he gets? He gets
X £100
humiliated.
for spanking.
Yeah.
Just
And
use him to spank you.
No.
Oh,
He doesn't want to spank me, does he? He wants to be humiliated.
yeah.
Does he just just to know the full story, does the fella just want to get humiliated or does he want to have
And-
sex with them as well?
Yeah, and the other question is, does he have a dirty carpet that needs cleaning? Because that's going to be helpful as well.
That's my line.
No.
I'm not fucking you.
He just no, I don't think that's it. It's a humiliation thing. Cook him.
Like,
think
go
he's
and get
just
it. Go and stand
opening
in the
a
garden
can
for a bit.
it's cold.
You really need to. You're not 500 quid, mate. You're an open spot.
Go and stand in the garden.
Go and stand
in your
in-
undies.
Go and stand
Go
in
on.
the garden.
That's
In
where you
your
belong.
undies?
You fucking street man.
You are showing Nathan. Nathan's not paying though. He's got off from this.
Does not give off murder vibes to you, Vicky. This feels like someone's going to get murdered in like a, you know.
I just think getting involved in anybody's relationship is absolutely asking for bother. Like, you know, like even when you spot your mate's fella cheating on her in a club or a bar, if you go and tell her, before you know it, he's smoothed out and you're the arsehole. Like this is that times a million, you know? Like the wife doesn't know that he's asking for this behind her back. What if she finds out that? And then, like, what if you get blamed for like, breaking it up? And what if they've got kids? And, nah, mate, you're opening a can of worms. I feel like, leave this bullshit to somebody else. Like, you don't need the hassle. Honestly, I've got anxiety and the back of my legs are sweating just after hearing him right in.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not.
He's
more
a good
stressed
looking
out.
lad. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to bang 32-year-old MILFs
Yeah.
that have got weird husbands. And if there's kids involved as well, oh my God.
Don't shag the kids.
Well,
Yeah.
no, just take that as red, Carl. You're right.
All
That's
right.
a general rule for life. That
Yeah,
Carl, isn't it? You should
yeah,
never
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Ever, under
You said
any
there was kids
circumstances.
involved.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make sure there wasn't.
Look, I'm being serious. Get in the garden, you scumbag.
Get in the garden.
Yeah. Go
Get
through.
in his garden and clean it.
I'm going to hype it up. Yeah, get through the patio doors.
Sit on that fence.
Yeah, the spiky
Sit
one.
on the fence.
Yeah, not
Get
figuratively.
that fence right up your ass.
No, literally get on the fence. Put one foot in the other person's garden.
Go next door.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
in
yeah.
their carpet.
Yeah. What else, Adam?
You little bitch.
Let's humiliate them.
Clean the windows
Yeah, lend me a
Now.
fiver. Yeah,
with your top.
with your top. Take your top off and clean the windows.
Yeah.
He's only got bills on, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's a quid back. You need that.
Oh,
You skint cunt.
oh, that's the ultimate. Hang on, are you paying him now? What's happening here? That's the ultimate humiliation. Don't even need all your money. I'll keep $4.99.
You need that quid.
What's the quid for?
You need it more than me. It just adds to it,
A
innit?
trolley.
That's all I give him. Actually, I give him a trolley thing. Yeah. I have a trolley thing. Used to be worth a quid, that.
Give him 500.
Meaningless now.
Well,
Get in touch.
that's pretty thorough. Absolutely phenomenal. Well done.
so dark. I feel like that went really dark.
That's about 6 out of 10 for this podcast, Vicky.
Is it?
That was light.
Did you keep it light and airy for me?
No, we're just getting warmed up.
Is there more to this segment?
This is the have a word. Anonymous, please. Wag lids. Need you to have a word with my housemate or myself. I live with my girlfriend and have recently had a good friend move in temporarily. He does pay rent. The issue is he eats like he's had a stroke, proper mouth breather business, and it drives me insane. He knows I can't stand the sound of people eating, but says it's my problem and continues to eat his meals in our shared space like he's never been fed. I'm about one bag of crisps away from snapping, and last night took myself away upstairs while he ate. I feel like I shouldn't have to leave the living room every time he eats. My girlfriend is a carer, so is used to her residents eating loudly, so this doesn't bother her as much. Have a word and tell him to close his damn lips when he's eating, as it's rude and annoying. Or have a word with me and tell me to get over myself. Cheers. The old loud eater.
Okay, so this is dead annoying, but it sounds to me like the guy who's written in is exaggerating it a bit as well. And I think he's one of those fucking, oh my God, would you fuck off with your eating? Like, I think some people just get a bit precious about this shite. Yeah.
Have you got any things that we were slagging off? You know the new phrase ick. Is there any things that give you that, like, that make your skin crawl? Like loud eat. My dad, when we were kids, when he was eating a roast on a Sunday afternoon, could put a colossal amount of food in his mouth. You know when you're young and your dad seems massive anyway, and I could hear him chewing it. And I've got PTSD from the 80s in Preston. It was horrible. So I cannot stand this. I completely sympathise. Like, noisy eating is fucking... Is there anything that gives you the sort of, like, shudder?
Loads of things. So, like, Erkan, like, that's my fella, he eats, like, loads. Like, he's from a big Turkish Cypriot family and they just absolutely love their scran. And I don't know if it was a kind of, like, Monica from Friends situation where, like, if you didn't eat first, you didn't eat at all. So, like, he's really fast and, like, and he's rushed to get it in his body. He gets it round his face. And I feel like saying, there's only fucking me and you here, mate. Like, I'm a tiny person. Like, where do you think that's going? Slow down and get that coleslaw off your lip before I finish you fucking tramp.
You know when you ask a guest something, you're like, I wonder if they'll bite on this. Vicky did.
I hope he doesn't listen because I really love him, but honestly.
Has he got brothers and sisters? Has he come from a big family?
3 brothers.
Yeah, so it's like pigs at the trough, wasn't it, when they were kids? Yeah.
And he's the youngest one. So I kind of feel like...
Yeah, but I've seen him and he's not the runt of the litter, is he?
No, he's definitely not the runt. He's absolutely lush. But yeah, it honestly, like, for some reason, he gets it in like the weirdest places. Like, he'll have like coleslaw on his ear and that, and I'm just like, what?
Does he only eat coleslaw?
No, like, he also likes hummus and like, does he eat? But like, I'm thinking the more like liquidy things like get places, you know. He's not gonna have a lamb chop hanging off his ear, is he?
I could fucking murder some coleslaw and hummus right now, you know. I got that for me tea. There's a coleslaw and hummus restaurant near me.
Yeah.
It's all they sell.
Food
and
round the face.
Food in the face is your
food round the face. I don't mind in your face, but round the face. Yeah. Do you get that? Is that weird or is that normal?
Does that, you know, like on like children's TV shows where people get like pies in the face and that, does that bother you?
No, I don't mind that bit, babe. Like, that's all in the good name of entertainment, isn't it? But like, when I'm just sitting there having me dinner and that, and he's got tzatziki hanging off his nostril, I feel like smashing his face in.
I sympathise with this guy. I don't think he's exaggerating. I think it's brutal. I talked about when I was getting into comedy, just watching, I don't want to name them, I think I did last time, but just watching certain comedians are all like weirdos. Like, all the good comics are a little bit weird. We've all got foibles like that make you get on stage in front of strangers and try and make people laugh. And all the brilliant comics have got those things going on, but they've also got these weird little idiosyncrasies. And the amount of like amazing comedians I watched like just eat a chicken wrap and you're like, oh my God. I feel like ringing social services, like really golling me. You're like, what are you doing?
Name?
What are you telling social services?
Tell me. Please, I told you about Erkan.
Jim Jeffries is a very successful comedian. I hope none of you ever have to watch him eat a chicken wrap. It's literally like, you know, have you seen people who are dealing with addiction? It was like he had a really debilitating chicken wrap addiction. And he was like going of like 2 months cold turkey. And then was like, it was just the most mental thing I've ever seen. And I find it a bit like, I don't know why. Some people are laid back about that stuff, but I can't stand it. Like it was just so stressful watching it happen. Like, just eat it normally. Like
Be normal.
Like just rushing.
Was
Someone was going to go, give me that fucking chicken wrap.
Did he eat it weird as well? Did he pull it apart and like have bits of it, or did he just shove it all?
He smashed it in his face like the big bully was going to come and go, that's my fucking chicken wrap. Like it was mental. Like he had to just disappear it.
Like first day in prison.
Yeah.
Shove it up his ass.
So yeah, I sympathise. I'm not laid back with this sort of stuff. I think you need to sort out your habits.
I think he is exaggerating, but it's also bad. I just think some people, like, I don't think I'm a horrendous eater. And I've had some people go like, oh, can you stop that? And I'm like, can you just fuck off?
Yeah, fuck
Can
off.
you just be an adult and understand that you don't always get to hear the exact noise you like at any one time,
Right.
you big fucking tit.
It's Nathan again.
Adam's looking forward to dating.
Eating crisp loud and like that, it makes them taste better. If you eat one crisp like this, you're a gobshite. Eating crisps like messy, it tastes better.
Do you think it's something to do with getting them like aerated?
Yeah, it must
essentially?
be something.
I think crisps are loud though, aren't they?
No, but
Yeah.
eating one crisp, but you fucking get them in your face.
Right.
I just think it tastes better. Crisps.
Are you a one crisp at a time, man, or are you like 3 or 4 at a
That's what I
time?
mean. Yeah.
No. Look, I don't know who is this person that's eating crisps? Look,
The people at the Savoy.
yeah, they're always in a bag of crisps, aren't they?
Yeah, kettle chips.
Oh, posh crisps.
Ooh,
Tory
Tyrrells.
crisps.
Yeah.
Tyrrells there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love it.
not a bag of frazzles to be seen. Just Adam obnoxiously eating frazzles in the corner. When you go to the Savoy, he's booked at the Savoy. Oh no, you cancelled it, didn't you?
Right, can I ask
wish
you?
you
Can I ask you a
crowdfunded.
question on this? Right, see if you get something from this, because obviously, we're talking about this in the first half of the show. So obviously, you're from probably a very similar background to us,
Yeah.
which is working class and rough as fuck. And then you're now in the world of entertainment, where you get certain opportunities and you get to stay in some amazing places.
Yeah.
And do you take a bit of pleasure in pissing off all the posh cunts there by just being you?
I don't think I do when I'm sober. Like,
Yeah.
I think when I'm sober, I'm like desperate to acclimatise and be accepted. But I think if I've had a drink and someone as much as like looks at us, if they hear me accent or whatever, I'm like, what the, then I have some sort of switch that makes me. I'd like to define it between being like Vicky ITV and Vicky Geordie Shore. And if someone looks at me like that, I go full Vicky Geordie Shore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can be like that, definitely. I think that's our own insecurities,
You reckon?
Oh, why I? Definitely. They're probably not even bothered. They probably don't even give a fuck.
No, I know that they are.
They probably tune us out. It's like horses with blinkers. They probably don't even see us.
No, if you're in the Savoy in your fucking eating frazzles, I don't think they're tuning
Savoy
you
in
out.
an Under Armour trackie, a D-squared cap,
telling some man to clean the floor with his
and a
teeth.
pair of fucking...
Get in the fucking garden.
Get on that fence.
I've paid, mate. I was told you're my waiter. Clean the floor. Suck that carpet. Quentin.
Suck the
Quentin.
Fortune. 22 now.
Quentin Fortune is a waiter. You've smashed it.
Shall we call it a pod, boys and girls? Shall we call that a pod?
I think that's been a good one, hasn't
It's
it?
been fucking great fun, Vicky
Oh
Pattison.
my God, is that it?
Yeah.
That was so quick.
I told you we'd have you out of here in no time.
I get to go back to Stoke now. Woohoo!
What are you doing in Stoke? Apart from living the dream.
She's filming the new series of Stoke Shore.
Stoke Shore. It's landmark.
Stokey Shore. There's a doggy hotel there. Milo is there with my mum.
Bring your own llama as well.
As what?
A doggy hotel.
Oh, I thought you were saving dogs from Stoke.
No.
Fucking hell, I
Kill
love
shelter
Stoke.
in Stoke.
I save them from China, Romania, and North Staffordshire. Fucking hell. Shout out Stoke, how you doing?
So are
alright?
you staying in the doggy hotel with the dog?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Big, I've got this like little like cabin on the lake, and the doggies just all run around together and that.
Boss.
It
you,
is really
you are on the
nice.
lake. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Milo went and swam yesterday with the ducks. But luckily, he did not catch any. But yeah, we're having a great time. My mum's there as well.
Is he making friends with the other dogs?
He loves other dogs and he always tries to be nice to them. But I don't understand why somebody would bring a nasty dog to a dog hotel. And someone yesterday was like, oh, can you keep your dog away? Mine's aggressive. I was like, well, keep him at home then. What are you bringing him here for?
Yeah.
So yes, there's a couple of assholes.
Maybe they just knew it was Eastern European and the other dogs had some trouble with Eastern European dogs before.
You telling me there's racist dogs?
100%.
No.
Don't we
Right.
know a racist dog?
My uncle's dog.
Yeah, we'd actually.
This is 100% true, and this is not good. And someone must have taught this dog this. But my auntie and uncle's pug.
I feel
If there's,
uncomfortable again.
you absolutely should. Whenever there is a man of Asian descent on the TV, it tries to attack the telly.
That's a learned behaviour, that.
That's
It wasn't born with that prejudice, was it?
Look, it remains to be seen. Not enough research has been done.
Into racist dogs. Just not got the funding. But if you give today's sponsor is sponsored by racist dogs, if you just give £2 a month. It's been fucking great. Where can we find you? You do a podcast.
I do a podcast. Mine's very different to this one. It's called Vicky Pattison, The Secret Too. And it's constantly being made. You can find that wherever you find your podcasts. I'm on Instagram. My name's Vicky Pattison. I've also got a book out at the minute called The Secret to Happy.
It came out a couple of weeks ago, didn't it?
Did, babe, yeah. Sunday Times bestseller, bitches.
Nice.
So
Very validating.
Thank you, yeah.
See, I'd be fucking bouncing around the Savoy with knowing that. Just being as Geordie as possible. And when fucking Miriam was like, oh, could you pipe down? I'd be like, Sunday Times bestseller? Fuck you.
Why are you going there? You going there just to do that?
Literally just to do that, yeah.
And there'd be a dog barking going, that fucking African. Oh, it's been fun.
I've had a really nice time. Thank you so much for having us, lads.
Thank you so much for having us. Let's get you a Ford Fiesta to take you back to Stoke.
Quickly, the dog hotel. All right. Again, go ahead.
Yeah, tour.
Tour.
AdamRowe.co.uk/shows.
Dan Nightingale.
Oh, my second Liverpool date is on sale now.
DanNightingale.com
To you lot.
to get tickets for mine, not that. We'll work on the ending. Megan.